For the second leg fixture between Playford City and Adelaide Blue Eagles, the away team. One game away from a grand final, potential promotion to the NPL if other results go their way this way. Joining me in the commentary booth today is Simon Catanzaro. How are you, Simon?
Great. Thanks for having me on today. I'm really looking forward to what potentially can be a promotional playoff between these two clubs. Mind you, Salisbury United might have something to say about that later on, but the way it's looking at the moment, it could go down that path. But just on that Salisbury game, wouldn't hold anything against them. Fantastically coached, and they've got a good team. Especially if they see maybe if Playford get the win here, they're going to see that before the kickoff, and maybe that's a bit of incentive to go, all right, we'll face them in the final. We'll do it back up against them. Looks like we've got a minute of silence first. Back underway now. We'll give you the lineups of both teams as well. Unchanged is Blue Eagles heading into this game. Number 9, Dante Cacciavallani. Number 5, Julian Fernandez. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Ben Jackson. Number 3, Matthew Jones. Number 10, Ricardo da Silva. Number 18, Will Smithson. Number 6, David Signore. Number 17, Christian Dargenio. Number 8, Omar Dodero. Number 16, Rafael De Lucia. And number 4, Declan Gray. Starting lineup for Playford's only got one change this week as Rhys Townsend makes his way into the lineup for Santiago Tabares. Otherwise, unchanged for them as well. Christos Penendis up top. Andrew Butler. Sam Voigt. Daniel Ryan. Isaac Mullen. Ben Woolard. Bradley French. Tyson Harriman. Sean Harvey and Luke Ostby in goals. Benches for both sides. For the home team in Playford City. It's number 11, Jackson Kurtz. Number 12, Matthew Capone. Number 17, Benjamin Toffoli. Number 20, Ethan Allgate. Number 21, reserve keeper, Braden Andermeyer. Number 25, Santiago Tabares. Number 91, Yasmin Sudik. In the Blue Eagles bench, number 12, Judd Panozzo. Number 13, Caleb Evans. Number 14, Antonio Hanzari. Number 20, David Anjasu. Number 23, Bo Irachi. Number 24, Isaac Vanillo. And the reserve keeper, Noah Alushi Sukar. Otherwise, perfect facility and perfect weather as well, Simon, here ahead of a big game. It's something you want to be as a spectator, but if you're not, you're watching on a live stream. Yeah, absolutely. It is a little bit windy. Just on your screen at home, it is blowing from right to left, so it will be interesting if the weather does stay like this with the wind coming into the second half, with that wind going right to left of the screen. If that team going right to left of the screen need that momentum, chasing a game or holding on to a game if it is Blue Eagles, which it looks like they are going to go with the win first half. Of course, in that first leg, it was a 1-0 lead for Adelaide Blue Eagles, courtesy of their talisman, Ricardo da Silva. Of
Of course, got the captain's armband next to him is Dante Cacciavellani, another player who's in fine form in this league. Obviously, second top scorer in the league. Got pipped at the last minute to Matthew Taylor, but otherwise, he's had a strong couple of seasons here in the state leagues, and he's going to want to show that in the NPL if Blue Eagles can make this result right. Got a big crowd here as well at Ramsey Park. Always a venue there's a lot of home support. Gray now pressured into that clearance. Got collided into from behind as well, and that's sure he's going to be used to a bit more of that from Reece Townsend coming into the lineup, Simon.
Absolutely. It's a positive start by Playford. They're on the front foot, pressing Blue Eagles high straight away, and they've got a set piece. You'd probably expect that from Playford playing at home, to really come out of the blocks running, seeing if they can get that early goal and square the tie.
Got a lot of tall timber in the box as well to Playford. And they've got some good set-piece takers. Ben Woolard, the left footer, playing at left full-back today. He's going to whip this in. Goes far post, Woolard. Fernandez, maybe Townsend who reach it now. Fernandez gets a touch. He's floored. Referee says nothing, and the volley from Butler just sails over the bar, and a couple of players in pain now in the box. Might have landed there poorly. Christos Fernandez, the top scorer for Playford this year with 14 goals. Interesting stat about him as well. He's never gone 2 games without a goal the whole season. Didn't score last week, so might have to put that right this week.
And Playford this year have been very strong with their set pieces, so I'd expect more of that today. And it is a game where it's not about pretty football. It potentially is about promotion and getting through. Bearing in mind Salisbury United playing later on, but yes, I think set pieces would play a very important part in how today's result pans out.
Jackson now with a goal kick into the area where Dodero and Cacciavellani battle it out. Butler clatters that into Delachi, and now Woolard switches long. Of course, I was going to say, of course, both teams have got a couple of promotion players in the past as well. Ben Woolard and Sam Voigt, part of that Sturt Lions team who got promoted. A couple of other people got championship pedigree as well, and the Playford team as well. Keeper Luke Ostby, part of the Adelaide City League winning team in 2016. Obviously, Sean Harvey as well. In the past has won quite a few championships for your Campbelltown, Simon.
Yes, absolutely, he has, and it's good to see him take this, I guess, different path towards the later days of his career, to see if he can help get Playford to the next level. As we see a free kick now for Blue Eagles. It's good to see the Federation have actually put a senior referee in charge too today. I know referees aren't always supporters and players' most favourite person on the field, but credit to them putting Daniel Cook in, and he's speaking to coaches around the NPL. He's one of the more respected, that's for sure, and more controlled referees going around at the moment.
Yeah, he's obviously had a charge of quite a few grand finals in the past as well. A lot of big games, mostly in the NPL during the league season. So to see such a respected referee to come into this game just goes to show the importance of it and how tightly refereed it needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot on the line, so it's good to see an experienced senior referee take over this big match today.
It's not the only game going on today as well. Campbelltown versus Modbury Jets in their second legs also kicking off at 3 p.m. today. Campbelltown, of course, leading 2-0 with a Mullen double in the previous game. Now it's De Silva. Might have handballed that. Referee has seen that as Dodero clatters another volley into the far netting. Sorry. Still 0-0 there between Campbelltown and Modbury. That's Steve Woodcock. But even if they're wayward shots, Simon, I mean, a couple of volleys that are straight away coming against both keepers, that's what you want to see from two teams that are trying to get goals in this game straight away.
Yeah, they want to. Look, I'm really expecting for the first 15-20 minutes, Playford to really take it to Adelaide Blue Eagles. But as we spoke about before the game started, Blue Eagles can be so dangerous on the counter-attack with some of their attacking options up front, led by De Silva.
It's Fernandez now. Clears to Smithson on the far side. There's one notable out for Blue Eagles in the back line. That's Cooper Mullins. He's out. He's at his wedding overseas, so in the last couple of weeks he's been missing, but apparently a lot of his teammates have said, make sure you get back if we make the grand final. So
Missing him, he's also part of that trio of Sturt Lions promotion winners in 2020 with Voigt and Woolard. Back pass to Osterby. Can only clear it to the far touchline, but that's the pressure early on there from Cacciavellani and De Silva up top. Both of them in the formation looks like they're playing a bit of a free role themselves just to get on the ball as much as they can, and we know the danger that both of them possess.
Very much so, and as you said, with Didier just coming in behind as well, feeding off the two experienced attackers. They're going to be very potent if they do get them on the counter-attack.
De Silva gets dumped, referee sees nothing of it. Now Townsend gets taken out from behind by Smithson as well, and fire really early on here. I mean, there's probably about 2 or 3 free kicks both ways. Might be early booking here for Delachia. He stood in the way of that free kick to take it early, but referee said nothing doing, and it's giving him a warning maybe.
Cagey first 6 or 7 minutes. Very cagey.
You can see around us as well that support is just piling in more at Ramsey Park here. Gets quite loud as soon as it gets into either attacking or defensive half for either team.
And if it does come down to this game, and I know Salisbury United supporters and fans and players are probably listening to the commentary, and I hope I'm wrong, so I did spend a bit of time there. But if it does come down to this game, all for Salisbury as well. So much for happens for the club that gets promoted, the juniors they attract, being in the NPL, sponsorship, player retention and acquisition. So, you know, it's a very important couple of hours in the State League here in South Australia.
And even if we see one of these teams win and Salisbury do turn around at that place as well, we could see a Northern Derby in the grand final for promotion, and that would be another spectacle in itself.
It would be a fantastic spectacle. It really would be. And a very big crowd.
Cacciavellani wins the flick on, but Harriman's there to clear. One of the ins to come in for Playford this week is obviously Reece Townsend. He's been here quite a few years and he's a good servant of the Playford City team.
Yes, and I really like that change by Coach Ben. We'll bring in a bit of experience, someone that's been there and done that, and gives a bit of presence up front, especially at home, playing from home. So that might have been a plan by Benny Moore, knowing this game, this result is over 2 legs.
Only got 10 minutes last week in the game, so he's going to get a lot more from the start here. Now De Silva tries to find Adera, hits his heels, and they do clear now. Another crunching challenge on the far side, and Mullen tries to get the other side of him as well. Good one-touch football now for Blue Eagles. Looking for Cacciavellani in behind. The wind's taken it. It's going to be another factor in today's game as well, Simon. The wind looks like it's going the Playford attacking half in this first half, but it might hold up for the Blue Eagles team.
Yeah, it is going to play a big part in the result. I think more in the second half than what we see right now. Just to start with, it looks like Blue Eagles are probably, you know, they've got their foot on the ball and trying to play their way through Playford at the moment. Playford's still trying to settle into their game. It's obviously very physical with what's on the line.
Seems to be just head tennis or clearance tennis at the moment for every ball that gets in behind. But you did see just earlier there a couple of one-touch plays from Blue Eagles getting into the attacking half, and that's where they're most dangerous. Just one ball in behind, and they got shooters on site that are just going to shoot anything that's in the box or got a bit of space in front of them. Good touch from Delachia now. Cleared up the line by French. Townsend putting his body about. Might have got one straight in the boot there. And he's still down. Referee might play this out.
Doesn't look good for Townsend. He grabbed his ankle straight away, it looked like.
I think it could be a rolling, it looks like, because he did try and muscle out. I think it was Declan Gray there with the ball out from the back, but might have rolled it on the outside as well. But he's a player. I mean, I watched him in a couple of games ago against Bacala in a title deciding game, and he just puts his body about expertly. And on a grass pitch like this, where the ball might bounce a bit odd, that's a player you need to just put himself about, make sure the defence is never too comfortable. And this is just a
an example of what he's done at the moment.
Absolutely.
Putting the pressure on the centre-backs. That's what you want from your attackers. And unfortunately, he's come off second best this time. But if he can get this right, then I think it's going to be a long day for those defenders. He's looks like he's in a lot of pain here now, though.
It looks like they're testing for his knee there, which is never a good sign. Reece and his family have a bit of physical therapy in their experience in their family, so he would know what to be looking for himself anyway.
Sure, they do the glute bridges to warm up before every game as well, and make sure everything's intact.
He seems to be okay, which is good. Reece Townsend's thrown his body around his whole career, you know, playing in those positions up front. As a target man, he's always been one of the fittest players in the squads he's been in, and looks after himself really well. So it looks like he's running that off now, or he's trying to.
Definitely doesn't look too good. He's still limping it off, and he's wincing every time he runs here. I don't know how long it's going to last. He's going to jump onto the pitch, and we did say he's a hard man, but he might be having to battle through some pain in this first half at least, if he can last till then.
It's good to see him back on the field. And he's straight back into it.
Good touchdown there from Penendis to Butler. Cuts inside. Plays it just ahead of Daniel Ryan there. And that bounce wasn't guided too well by Counterattacking. That's what you get on a grass pitch like this. They obviously played on a good one last week at Martin as well. Slipping and sliding as well. I don't think it was too wet out there, but Martin Sports Complex is of course a good grass pitch as well, but this one maybe is a bit more flatter, a bit harder. So some of the bounces are going to be a bit more hard to predict.
Especially those back passes to goalkeepers. We've seen last week, one mistake, one goal. It's those real fine margins in finals football.
Still nil all around the grounds. Just got a message though from Cooper Mullen saying it looks like he's going to miss the grand final no matter what. So I'm guessing he's hoping his team can do the job here or do the job next week, and so when he comes back he can have a bit of a celebration party.
There's a big out for Blue Eagles too. Such an experienced, such a good player.
Such a danger from set pieces themselves as well. I mean, he scored so many goals. I remember at Sturt Lions when they first came into the NPL. That ball comes in the box for Townsend. Now it's Voigt. Sam Voigt across, deflected, and just past the side netting. And he was one of the players who put on a set piece a few times for Cooper Mullen's head in the 2021 NPL season. So he's one they're missing, but some of the players they've got at the back, I mean, they've also got Declan Gray, who was part of the South Adelaide year, who got promoted that same year, finishing top of the league.
And we're just seeing there, cross into the box with the two big boys up front. Dare I say, but I think we'll expect a lot more of that for the next 80-odd minutes, or what is it? Yeah, 80 minutes. Utilise their strength and height, and some of their midfielders just running off them.
Here's Woolard's set piece. Good dangerous area, headed on by Penendis, but he might come off his shoulder, in fact. Doesn't get the right trajectory he would have hoped. Now Butler and De Silva battle out. Good 50-50, nothing doing, and it's a throw-in on the far side. Just seeing as well as players come back from that corner, how many players they do commit forward. I mean, the left back takes the corner and both the centre backs go up there as well. So that's 3 of your 4 backline all going in for these set pieces. So they really need to pay off here if they are to get counted maybe. But I think that's what they've done all year. I mean, I watched a couple of results and a couple of highlights in the State League as well. I remember specifically, I think it might have been against Salisbury. At Salisbury, I think I remember. And there was probably like 2 or 3 goals that were all from set pieces, all headers or first-time finishes as well. And they're almost, I think, at least 2 of them were deliveries from Ben Woolard. So we're going to see a bit more of that today. You always like to see a cultured left footer on the park as well.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they've got one. Blue Eagles, I think they've mostly got all right footer. I think Matthew Jones is the left footer on this side. He's obviously experienced some of the NPL with Adelaide City in 2018 under Damien Murray. Played a couple of games, made it all the way to the final in that year. Obviously lost to Campbelltown. But he's been
part of this Blue Eagles team ever since then, and he's trying to venture back to that top flight now. De Silva all the way back to take this set piece. More so just to get on the ball and maybe whip one in. Now he does. Bounces in front of Dero and Kachavalani. Using his body well. Kachavalani spins and strikes. Just past the post, but a good shape on that, Simon.
Yeah, it is, and he's going to be dangerous anywhere around the box. 20, 25 minutes we've seen the last couple of years, you know. He gets into the positions. Even there with his back to goal, he still seems to find that 1 or 2 metres to face goal and get a shot on target.
Playing out the back short now is Playford. Looking for this flick on. It's going to come to Townsend, using his body well, and he looks like he's shrugged off that knee injury, and ball almost in behind from Ryan to Penendus.
And as we said earlier, Townsend and Penendus will be looking to bring the midfield into the game with those type of balls directly into their strikers, into them. Looking for Sammy Voigt, etc., to be peeling off and making those forward runs. Hopefully for Playford's sake into goal-scoring areas.
Townsend, he broke the offside trap there. It might have been French even, who cuts it back looking for Townsend. Good interception though from Declan Gray, and Playford still on the attack here. Kachavalani to De Silva. He's driving with the ball, looking for a ball in behind. He might have Delachi on the far side. Strikes himself. No deflection. Goes out for a goal kick. It's another thing as well. We're talking about obviously the attack of Blue Eagles with De Silva and Kachavalani, but the Playford team, I mean, they have probably about 3 strikers there that could all lead a line by themselves. So to fit them all into this team and then have them accompanied on a wing by a Voigt and a Butler, just goes to show that they're all about goals here at Playford City.
They sure are.
Christos Penendus as well. He's familiar with Blue Eagles in the final series in the past as well. The last time Blue Eagles in the NPL, they made the final series in their first year, 2019, and got knocked out by a Penendus goal and then a Penendus red card. So seems to like playing against them. Now Dan Ryan goes for the volley. Bounces into the hands of Ben Jackson, one of the only remaining members from that 2018 promotion side from the State League is Ben Jackson. Kachavalani battling out with Harriman there. He's going to get it. Kachavalani! That's the first goal in the match here. He pounced on the mistake there from Harriman, who let it bounce, and Dante scores the goal here to go 1-0 up and 2-0 in the tie, Simon.
This changes everything for Playford. This changes everything. They've got to chase now. It's a massive result. And we've seen Blue Eagles not just this year, but over years gone by with previous teams and squads. They're so hard to score against when they go up 1 or 2 goals, which now is 2-0 on aggregate. It's sort of built into their DNA when it comes to these type of big games. They're going to be very hard to break down from here.
Well, we were talking about last week how it was a defensive error and playing out from the back that led to their downfall. This time it's Dante who scores his 19th of the season, pouncing on a mistake at the back, letting it bounce. It's something you never want to do as a defender, especially in conditions like this, a pitch like this, weather like this as well. As soon as it bounces, and a player like Dante's calibre, he's always going to pounce on that, and he has. 1-0 up to Blue Eagles.
Absolutely. We said it's not going to be pretty football today. It was direct football, using the wind. He's rolled his defender. It's a great finish from someone, as you said, that's at the top of their game.
Well, it was De Silva in the previous weeks who's taken all the headlines. A goal last week, 3 assists and a goal in the previous week. And Kachavalani, who's had a bit of a dry streak himself, has only scored 1 goal in his last 9 games in all competitions. So finally break that duck. That's why I'm sure that celebration was very emotional, and he was very excited to score that goal. But
absolutely, and he always seems to get opportunities. He always seems to get in areas. I know you said he hasn't scored for a few games now, but he always seems to put himself in an area. That might open the floodgates for him today, which is not good for Playford, but great for Blue Eagles.
Willard's delivery, another player down in the box again. It's Penendus who's putting himself about now. Nothing doing, and Mullen comes away.
This is what they've got to be careful of. Is that counter-attack with them, as you said earlier, committing so many players forward for their set pieces, which is so strong at Playford.
So a big goal here at Ramsey Park, and it's to the detriment of the home team. They're 2-0 down in aggregate now. They need to at least pull 2 back to make it to get to extra time. But it's Kachavalani, man they brought in to get him promoted in the last couple of years. He's got a partner now in Ricardo De Silva, and now dovetailing off each other perfectly to put them in a strong position for the grand final. Another ball coming into the box. This time, Harriman makes up for that mistake and clears down the line.
It's a very vocal Playford City coach. And he's just trying to get his team up and about. They seem to, they know what that goal costs them. You know, it's going to be really tough. But he's trying to get their emotions in the right shape.
Dillachia now drives into the box. Harriman clears again, and
in the right mindset.
Of course, the way that they probably set up to play Blue Eagles, trying to watch for that counter, they can almost sit back and I wouldn't say park the bus, but quite defensive. They don't need to score another goal. They just need to sit back and get the numbers, the block and the back four and maybe the midfield four in there.
Yeah, that can also be dangerous though. They can all be, you know, we've still got like 70, 75 minutes of the game to go. We've seen Playford many times this year in the State League come from these positions and score and get results. So that's one thing that they'll be knowing at the back of their mind, that they're going to be still in this game. They've just got to settle down the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Townsend again battling out on the far side. One corner as well for his troubles. Gives it back to Smithson as well, letting him know, I've got the better of you so far. Now they've got another set piece from the far side for the first time today, so maybe it means Woolard stays back, but he's there for the short one. It's Ryan now on top of this ball. His delivery into the face of, I think it's Jones on the near side. He stayed down, and the referee's got one in the ear as well. They're playing on here. Player's gone down for the head injury, and that ball's just sailed over the bar anyway. So they're going to stop for this now and add a bit of time to this first half.
Just looking over to the referee, Daniel Cook, I think he might have swallowed a fly or something.
Maybe swallowed his microphone, I don't know.
Bit of squirt of water. I think he swallowed a fly or a mosquito. Some sort of bug, because he's been trying to clear his throat. Seems to be okay now. Although I did say Playford need to chase the game, they just still need to pick their moments. They don't want to go into half time, you know, 2 or 3 down and the tie all but dead. Still plenty of time for them to get back into this game. For Blue Eagles, fantastic start.
Playing into the feet of Townsend. He might have time to spin now. He's looking for that again. Plays out wide to Ryan. His ball is deflected. Just about cleared from Blue Eagles. Going to be a lot of desperate defending now the longer this game goes for them, and I'm sure a lot of hold-up play from Counterattacking as well.
Big game, big players. Semi-finals, big game, big players, and Counterattacking giving his team the lead. Their inspirational captain, who we know, watching him many times this year, would be potent in the NPL. Very, very potent.
I'm sure he's had offers as well, and over the past as well, how dangerous of a scorer he is. Italian like him, though, can't stay away from the Azzurri. For both teams as well, it was interesting to see the last time they tasted success in terms of promotion or grand finals as well. Both teams 2018, and on two different ends of the spectrum. Playford, it was in the State League 2, getting promotion, coming top of that league. While for Blue Eagles, it was the State League 1, getting promoted in first in that league as well. But after finishing first, both of them in that 2018 season, they both lost the grand final. Playford lost, obviously, to Adelaide victory 2-0, while in 2018, Blue Eagles lost it to Raiders 3-1. And part of that Raiders team was a Playford player as well, Yaz Sudik. He's played at a few promotion teams now, and he's might want to get on the park to make it another one, but at the moment, it's all Blue Eagles. And they've got the set piece now. Goes short to Silva. Faced up with 2. Takes it past him with ease. Floats it back post. Counterattacking is there. And Townsend clears long for Dan Ryan to chase with Jones.
Might look to get ahead on this, otherwise takes no danger in clearing over the sidelines. Here's Butler with a bit of space. Goes back post. Is Penendus onside? He is. Might have had a bit more time to control that. Can tell Ben Jackson's not under any rush to start this game as well. They're going to take as many minutes out of this first half as they can, Blue Eagles.
Really trying to slow the game down, get the tempo on their terms. So far, so good for the Azzurri.
Cacciavellani wins the header, and somehow he's found the pass of Delacia, and that's probably the form that he's in. No matter where he heads it, it's going to find someone's feet. And that's Jones looking for somebody down the line. Cacciavellani battling out with Voigt, using his body well. Again, Townsend's on the ground this time. Nothing doing, though. Smithson. For Delacia. Good ball down the line again to find Smithson on the overlap. Just over the head of De Silva. Cacciavellani plays it back to Dargenio. Straight down the guts for Osterby, and there's a play down here. Looks like it's Dan Ryan, but that's more of a winded injury than anything. It's a big chance though for Blue Eagles, getting away. A couple of overlaps from both left fullbacks and right fullbacks. See this one just sail into the arms of Ben Jackson, but the way that Blue Eagles have started this half, I mean, there's a reason they're 2-0 up in the tie.
Absolutely, and we haven't mentioned him yet, but Signori in the middle of the park, just holding that midfield for Blue Eagles. He's just picking up the second balls. He's sort of dictating the pace of the game when Blue Eagles are able to get their foot on the ball. Also blocking up that space for when the two strikers of Penendus and Townsend do look to drop the ball into their midfielders coming forward. He seems to be there, and he's having a fantastic start to this game, he is, Signori.
Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting as well, looking at his stats. No yellow cards this season from a 6 is something you rarely see. So that means he's probably more on the ball than winning tackles in the middle of the park more than anything, and it's good to see. It's a ball-playing team, and it's not a rough and guts type of team.
Absolutely. And he's like I was getting back to the Signori, his positioning's been fantastic. Just blocking out all that second and third phase play that Playford are trying to get through their strikers.
Another defensive lapse. Cacciavellani over the keeper. I thought it might have found the net again. Wow. Sorry, but that bounce just evaded. I think it was Harvey there, and I thought the header might have even evaded Osterby, but it's another big chance for Blue Eagles. They just seem to be taking advantage of all these mistakes at the back.
Watching Cacciavellani live, he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. It's different to seeing him playing on YouTube each week. He's a very, very dangerous striker. He's got a presence about him. Sometimes he's taking two defenders and leaving space for other players to capitalise on that.
I think it's a bit about his smarts as well. I mean, he just knows where the ball's going to drop. He knows where the defensive players might second-guess themselves, and he just charges in there like a bull.
Yeah, a little bit of that old-school mentality. He's been very impressive in person.
Delacia, good ball back to Signori. Spins his marker as well. Now switches looking for De Silva. Playford can only clear. So they're definitely under the pump now, Playford. Obviously that scoreline is one thing, but the way the game's going as well, they just can't seem to get in their attacking half cleanly more than anything.
This is where Ben Moore, coach of Playford, will be looking to his senior players, his leaders, his Harveys, his Townsends, to stand up, step up.
Jones now goes for the audacious one, and it's a good save from Osterby. Tips it over the bar.
They're definitely using that wind, going right to left of the screen. Plenty of shots in this first half by Blue Eagles from distance.
And they just seem to be hanging up just about that area of uncertainty for a keeper as well. I mean, they might not have all the power or all the direction, but the way it just holds up, it might dip under the bar if he's not lucky there. But look, Osterby, 6 clean sheets this season.
Very experienced goalkeeper too, you know, of the Adelaide City era under Damien Murray. So he's been here and done that all before as well.
Into the near post, looking for a flick on. Might come all the way out to Delacia, who blazes over, but there's a foul in the build-up there. But look, Osterby as well. He played for Metro Stars in the NPL not long ago as well. So I know when he was at Adelaide City, he was mostly a second-choice keeper to Ryan Veach at those times, but did get a couple of games in himself. Probably got enough to get a league winners medal in 2016, sorry. But otherwise, he's found his way as a first-choice keeper now. Played in the NPL. He wants to get back there as well, I'm sure. But he's a very experienced head in those goals. Signora again, somehow finding the feet of De Silva after getting about 2 players on his back.
Minutes played. Adelaide Blue Eagles 1-0 up. They've silenced the crowd, Alessio.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite quiet here. I mean, the only times that it's getting a bit loud is when it's in their defensive half, getting a few more second-guessing decisions from the back line. But I think a goal's got to really spark some life into this, or maybe a big chance for Playford. But they just seem to be second best to everything at the moment. Even these long balls and headers in the box, they seem to be just second to them at the moment.
Yes, they've been very impressive first 30 minutes away from home. 1-0 up. The powerhouse club of South Australian football.
Great touch from Cacciavellani, who unleashes now De Lucia. Looking for De Silva. He might find its way to him, but I think he might have strayed offside after that pass was delayed a bit. And they're going to pull it back for that, even though Playford had the ball. Probably unsettles them a bit. They might have had a bit of momentum going forward when the ball's on the deck rather than having to deal with another set piece like this. See if they can win the first contact with one of these long balls now. It's French. Looking long for Ryan. He might have sprung the offside trap too. He's going to cut it across Ryan. Asking for a handball. The referee says no. Panetas comes across looking for French, but that final ball's just got to be a bit better to cut it back into the box. He was away there. Underhit that and gave it a bit to the positive of Matt Jones to try and clear that.
The linesman was in a very good position there. It did look like it might have been handball when he did try across the ball, Cook. But linesman, I looked straight to him and he didn't want to bar of it. But they're the type of decisions that you want going your way in such an important game.
Sun comes out a bit for this clash now, and it's again in the defensive half of Playford City. Harvey can only look long, but again, they're just not finding that first contact. And as soon as they have to track back, it looks like Blue Eagles have just got him pinned every time. Here's De Silva again. Just toying with a couple of opponents, taking on 1v1. Looks for the 1-2 this time. Darginio can't help him out, and now Ryan looks for the feet of Townsend. Again, just can't hold on to it at the moment, Playford.
Everything that Playford is throwing at Blue Eagles are just on top. Second balls, controlling the tempo. It's very obvious Playford are trying to get the ball up to their big boys up front, but it's becoming quite obvious, unfortunately, for Playford. But credit and all credit due to Adelaide Blue Eagles. They're expecting and reading everything that's coming their way so far.
They've had quite a good home record here in the past in the final series. Playford played 3, lost 1, drawn 1, won 1. And obviously the one they lost was last year as well. They finished 3rd in the league. Played Bacala here, and they were 2-0 up themselves. Threw it away, and they lost in extra time. So in the past, they've not had as good success in front of their home fans in such big games as they would hope. But still a lot longer in this game, and they have to be the team to come back from 2 now. Finished 3rd in 2020, in 2023, sorry. Lost an extra time in the first week to Bacala. That was an elimination one. They couldn't do anything about it, but themselves are 2-0 down in this one. And prior to that, finished 4th in 2021. Made it to the second week, but they lost on penalties to Modbury Jets. 2020, they finished 5th. Lost 2-0 to White City, now known as FK Beograd. And then prior to that, of course, 2018, they finished top of the State League 2. Made the grand final, but lost to Adelaide Victory. While in 2014, finished 5th. Beat Salisbury 2-1, which has obviously got a couple of players that are playing today. And couple coaching today as well. Matthew Gaston was the one who scored the winner in that game against Salisbury. I'm sure he's listening. Didn't want me to mention it in their game, but I mentioned it for Playford as he was the part of the winning team that day. And then they lost in extra time to Modbury Jets in that 2014 fixture. A couple of other players that were involved that day are Sam Voigt as well, James Clappers, Anthony Taylor. Omar Dodero was on the Playford side that day as well. Looking for Cacciavellani with a spectacular, but didn't make the contact he desired. And now Voigt plays it down the line to French. Got Townsend's feet. If he looks at him, it's a good spin from Townsend, looking to maybe get the toe.
That would have been
perfect.
If they've got his foot to that ball, Townsend, just a little poke through, then Menendez is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Bit of a battle of attrition at the moment. As the game goes on with the score at 1, you expect it to open up.
Especially in the second half. I mean, we talked about the substitutes of both teams, and they've obviously both got extended benches today, about 7 of them on each. Playford, of course, have got a couple of experienced heads as well. We talked about Yaz Sudic as well. If he comes on, it's his 300th game. Been part of promotion teams in the past with Bacala. Come back to French now. He's going to try. I thought he was going to float it in there. Now he does. Finds Penendez edge of the box. His slide tackle, and he's given away the free kick. And it's unfortunate. I mean, it came out to Bradley French for the first opportunity. Didn't get the good cross in. Second time put in the area, but just behind everyone, it seemed.
Yeah, and again, Blue Eagles numbers in the ball, numbers in the box, numbers behind the ball, containing everything the Playford are throwing at him at the moment.
Still level scores around the grounds elsewhere. Of course, that West Torrens, Bacala and Salisbury game kicks off at 6:30, so this game would potentially be done. Depends on extra time or not by the time that one starts. But, of course, the Modbury Jets versus Campbelltown City game is on as well at the same time. And then 0-0, also with a 2-0 aggregate to Campbelltown. Another ball in behind for Cacciavellani to chase. French lets it go over the sideline, and I think there's another thing, part of this pitch. We've just seen the 2 opportunities there, the one Townsend going forward and the one coming out of the defence here. The ball seems to just roll down. I don't know if it's got a bit of tilt on this pitch a bit, but it seems to roll down here. So if you let it run, it's probably going to run a bit more than you expect.
Yeah, it is a fast pitch. It's that time of year, especially with the pitches, the wear and tear on it. This one's held up pretty well through the winter by looking at it on face value. But you're not wrong. It is quite a fast pitch, and it is a bumpy pitch.
Penendez battling out. Looks like he might win this one with Smithson. He's got the overlap of Butler there if he can find him, but he looks inside to Townsend, and maybe that's the wrong option. Now Signore comes away with it, and they can only clear. Slowing down a bit more now with Ben Jackson on this goal kick.
Quite hasn't had that intensity we've seen in the first 2 or 3 minutes. And I think that's credit to Blue Eagles getting that goal.
Unforced error there from Osby, though, as he was played back to it, and he tried to put it down the line. Maybe that was on his wrong foot. I'm not quite sure which one he is, but just kicked it out for a throw-in, and Blue Eagles going to take all the time out of this as well. As you said, there's not been the intensity at the start. I mean, Blue Eagles got their goal. They don't really need to get another one in this half, at least. And they're going to try and hold it out at least to half-time. That's what you want as a coach, and go into the game already 1-0 up, extend your lead, and hopefully take it into the half and regroup. Get a bit of energy back in your legs. French now finding Voigt. Returns the favour. Down the right here looking for a cross.
Another set piece.
Deflected out from D'Argenio. It is going to be another set piece. Another opportunity for Ben Woolard to get on this and whip it in with that sweet left foot. Set piece goal will be everything for Playford at the moment as well. Just going into half time. Getting one now. Halving the tie at least. Be a big thing for them.
In comparison to the Blue Eagles, they've only had some real half chances. You know, Blue Eagles have had some really good chances. Good opportunities to make it 2 and 3. Where it seems so far all the set pieces as we go in.
Good header there from Dante, and he's down with a head injury. That's another thing as well. I was at the Bacala game last week against Salisbury, seeing some of the big names like Soy Sakani getting defensively back as a striker, winning these headers. That's what you can do. You're a big body. You're not just there to score the goals and win the headers offensively. In the defensive half as well, they've set them up in corners to win these first headers and put your body in the danger zone.
Well, absolutely. Blue Eagles would have known that that's one of their strengths of Playford coming into this game and into this tie over 2 legs, that they are very strong from set pieces. And I'm sure during the week, the coaching staff would have had them practice and go through them, not just on the field, but on the whiteboard, and most definitely pre-game to what to expect and what do we do in these situations. That's a head clash. If that was in the NRL or AFL, he has to go off, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean, didn't get treatment, it looks like. He might have just got a squirt of water in the face and told to get back up the pitch, but he puts his body in the danger zone, and that's what they paid the big bucks for.
A bit of gamesmanship in the 41st minute by the captain. Slowing the game down again, getting it on their tempo.
Junior wins the flick on. It's going to find the feet of Signore. Pokes it forward, but De Silva came short that time, and now it's time for Playford to build up. Woolard now going along again to Ryan. Fernandez heads it over for a throw-in as well. One thing I'm surprised they don't have is a long throw-in specialist, Playford, at the moment, especially with all the bodies they have in the box.
I can tell you Reece Townsend can throw a ball a long way, but they need him in the box. Being fortunate enough to coach the experienced striker a long time ago, we used to use him for set pieces for that action of a long throw. So we might see it as the game goes on if Reece stays out on the field.
Unfortunately as well, obviously on a grass pitch like this, that the fences aren't as close maybe as the artificial. So. Yeah. Seen him in the past, not him specifically, but I've seen players not be able to do it on the artificial because they don't get enough wind-up or running room. But I'm sure at home, yeah, they might even practice it at training a few times as well.
That could have been dangerous, that flick on from De Silva.
Not got in as much the groove that he had in the first leg, De Silva, at the moment. He's obviously on a goal streak of 6 games in a row now. So I'm sure he wants to add to that today and maybe even in the grand final, but he's played such a massive part in getting this team to this level and on the cusp of promotion. He's done that twice in the past couple of years as well. Last year with Croatia Raiders, previous to that with West Adelaide. So he's trying to make it a three-peat with 3 different clubs. Don't see that too often.
Oh.
Big challenge from Townsend there. He's lucky that Smithson jumped over the ball there, but looks like it might even go the other way, surprisingly.
Not necessarily from this set piece that they're taking, which looks like it's going to be a long ball towards the end of the second half. But when Playford are playing directly into their strikers in natural play, there is a big gap and there is a lot of room for them to work off. So they might have to just strategize at half-time, and it might not have to be as direct into the strikers and maybe look to get Cook on the ball and Voigt on the ball, because the Blue Eagles team are expecting a lot of long balls to be coming in, and it's leaving a lot of space as they're dropping deeper and deeper. So it might be something that Coach Ben Moore might want to tinker with. I'm not sure if they've got the aid of a video at half-time to show the players in State League 1, but it might be just trying to play through the midfield and try playing through the lines and getting some of these ball players on the actual ball instead of just looking for rebounds off Penendus and Townsend.
Well, you can see there maybe
all the way zoomed in on the camera, you can see Santiago Tabarez just behind Benny Moore there, maybe getting some instructions maybe for the second half if Townsend can't continue.
That might be the type of play they need to get on the ball, and a bit more creativity, something different, a bit of X factor.
Well, you need to combat somebody like Ricardo da Silva. They've got a player like him to get on the ball and maybe not try to contest with all these high balls and physical contests in the air. Cynical foul there from De Lucia.
Probably not the smartest foul to give away in the 46th minute.
And the referee's counting the previous fouls to this to give him the first booking of the game. Rafael De Lucia. But yeah, I think they definitely got to get somebody on the park now that just wants the ball at their feet, can get in those areas in between the midfield and the big strikers, and just try and feed into these gaps, because that's the way that Blue Eagles are getting success in this game. Is they've got players like, as you said, Signore, they've got Ricardo da Silva, De Lucia as well is getting on the ball a bit as well now, and they just find that middle ground. But it looks like it'll be Woolard and Dan Ryan, one of the last set pieces of the day. Looks like Woolard's walked away, and it's going to be Ryan to deliver far post. He does. Too easy for the keeper, though. Jackson holds that up.
And they haven't tested Jackson enough today. Not so far, anyway.
I'm not even sure they've even had one on target. I'm sure that the stats at half-time will back that up. But they've had a couple of off-target shots, or maybe some that have come into his grasp that have not been intended for him. He'll pull this back for a free kick.
Bit of experience there again from the captain. Little nudge, slow the game down going into half-time.
Of course, he's had some experience playing against NPL teams as well, some pre-season, some cup games. I remember watching him against Campbelltown City in the cup this year. I think they lost 3-1, but he scored an absolute corker right at the end of the game. Spun, sure it was maybe Daniel Mullen and Marisic spun them, kept driving, put one right in the top corner. The game was done, but he can really prove that he can do it against teams like that. Now it's Da Silva, put it into a good area. Defended well, though, from Playford. They had a lot of numbers there to win that second one. Now it's a battle between Penendez and Jones. Ball bounces over Jones now, and Penendez has got support there.
It's a great ball. Oh, no, it's not, sorry. My bad, I just caught that behind the frame of the grandstand. You could see what he was trying, is what I meant to say. You could see what he was trying. Yeah. He's got his head up.
That's the only player he had in the box. I mean, Dan Ryan was the only one who continued the run forward with him.
I was actually very surprised to see Blue Eagles send so many players forward for that set piece right on half time. And as we've seen, nearly, the counter attack from the set piece against Playford nearly caused a bit of trouble for him going the other way, leaving Penendez one-on-one, who's got a size factor against Jones there.
It's going to be another one near the end of this half for Playford. They're going to send all their numbers as well.
Yeah, why not? Can they come up with something?
Perfect time as well for any coach. Ryan puts it into that area again. It's going to jump in front of the keeper there. He's punched it from the behind of Tyson Harriman. I think he might. Looks like he's going to not keep it in. Maybe this is time for the long throw in.
Here comes Townsend. Townsend time.
Left a couple of the numbers in there from the set piece.
They need a few more boys in there. They've got too many at the back free.
Comes the first contact of Blue Eagles, and they're clear.
Well defended. Did what they had to do there.
Well, I think one of the main reasons I was going to say is why Blue Eagles send all those people forward. When you have somebody like Ricardo da Silva on the ball, you put anybody there because you might get a goal because the delivery is that good. But of course, like usual in a free kick just before half time, maybe you wouldn't. But with someone of that calibre, you put anyone forward, they want to get a goal.
Not that I'm coaching anymore at the moment, but I just think safety first in such an important game. But you are 100% right with the quality he brings to set pieces and to the game like this. Half time.
That's it. That's half-time whistle here, and half-time in the tie as well. It's 2-0 on aggregate now to Blue Eagles. You can see that on screen, but it's 1-0 in this game, and there's a mountain of a hill to climb for Playford now. We'll catch you back in the second half, and we'll go back to a short break. Thank you.
Welcome to 5AA Football Fives. No skills, no worries, no time to train, no need. Perfect for friends, family and kids. It's fast, fun football for everyone. So spend your summer nights under lights and register now at football5ssa.com. Proudly powered by 5AA, always Adelaide.
It's never too late to improve your strength, balance, well-being and independence. Our Strength for Life program encourages all older South Australians to start moving and enjoy an active lifestyle, make friends, build strength and inevitably age well. Strength for Life sessions are offered in almost 100 locations across South Australia, with new sites opening all the time. Check out the Counterattacking website to find your nearest location.
Strength for Life is an individualised program which is delivered in a group setting. We aim to keep older South Australians connected with their community, preventing social isolation and also keeping their bodies strong, flexible, managing falls and keeping them engaged. We're super excited to be partnering with Football SA at this state-of-the-art location. It's a beautiful venue. It will really benefit the local community through the Northfield and Jepps Cross surrounding areas to be able to access Strength for Life. And together we are working to improve everyone's futures.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field of play, Adelaide City and Adelaide Comets. Our lineups for today for Adelaide Comets: number 1, Daniel Vaughan; number 4, Nathan Dimu; number 5, Adam Lacornu; number 7, Aladdin Irabona.
Very excited to be a part of the action. I'm the commentator from Comets. Take a look at the starting lineups.
Ending the night with celebrations, and that's what they hope to do tonight as well.
As Curtis Wordsworth kicks things off here, it's Adelaide City with the kickoff and in possession of the ball. It would be an almighty comeback if they were to score 4 goals, but here's Comets. It's Irabona. He clips one into the back post. Oh, he's just missed the header there. I think it was
On the recipient at the end of it there, and a half chance resulted, but here's another one for Comets.
another early chance. Ooh, flicked across by Steed.
Daniel Vaughan, the keeper and captain.
Oh, it's falling here. It's Steed. He's in the box. It's 1-0 to Adelaide Comets. Just a nothing ball that was played across. Jaden Labasso tucked inside, played it forward. I think it took a deflection. And Adelaide Comets are awarded for their very, very, you could say, it was a long ball in the direction of Latanzio, but now it falls for Liai. Can they equalise? They do! What a start we've got here at Adelaide City Park. Bang, bang. 2 goals in 45 seconds of play.
Liai with an absolute cracker.
Like I think he wanted someone else to do it a few seconds earlier. That's a great run by Irabona. Is he onside? Referee keeps his flag down, goes across the keeper. And Oxenham is going to clip this one in to the back post. He's got players there. It flicked on, and that's a great save by Vaughan. It took 2 touches, and in the end, the flag goes up 4 offside. So cuts in, gets back onto his right, finds. No, he doesn't. He has a go on his left. He's clipped it in, and he's. In the end, it's ended up being a half shot, half chip. Sorry, the corner can't clear. Liai's there. Can he find Latanzio? No, he can't. It's still in the box. Liai's there. Latanzio! Liai! Oh, and in the end, it's all the junior match officials who are under the age of 18 will be wearing an orange armband as Latanzio's in on goal. And it's 2-1 to Adelaide City. Speaking of,
Looking a little bit different attack-wise. Ooh.
Basso overlapping on the far side, gets his cross in, it's deflected. Garrido's there, and Oxenham had to make the save. Shapes up Dimu, cuts inside, might have a go here. He does. It's low. And had to be saved by Vaughan. So
I think we weren't quite sure.
Goes back out to Zacharakis. He clips one into the back post. Irabona's there.
Ooh.
But Irabona just couldn't quite time the header, but in the end it was a free header. Goes into the middle. There's a header there. Skipped in. It bounces, and in the end it falls into the hands of Dakota Oxenham. Goes into the middle. There's a header there. Skipped in. It bounces, and in the end it falls into the hands of Dakota Oxenham.
Looking like pretty nice weather and for a night game, but
here's a chance. Oh, and it's flashed across the goal. And you've almost would have put your house on it. Jaden Labasso it was with the shot. Gutierrez picks it up. The whistle's in Curtis Wordsworth's mouth. And there it is. The final whistle goes here at Adelaide City Park. Adelaide City had to come from behind after conceding an early goal. But they get the job done here, Simon. 2-1 winners progressing through to week 2.
Welcome to 5AA Football 5s. No skills, no worries, no time to train, no need. Perfect for friends, family and kids. It's fast, fun football for everyone. So spend your summer nights under lights and register now at football5ssa.com. Proudly powered by 5AA, always Adelaide.
The Matildas are on fire. And the Socceroos have the breakthrough.
Hello, good evening and welcome to round 18 of the Go Sunny Solar WNPL here in South Australia. The final round for the regular season, and here at Adelaide City Park, the Adelaide Union Sturt both confirmed as those two sides to be in those relegation positions, but this one for a final spot, 11-1. They won't want that to repeat today as the ball continues on with Sasha Williams as she puts the ball into the box. Is caught well by Abby Lucas. Corner swings inwards. The ball comes in, and then again! An early goal! Adelaide City going 1-0 up. Manages to get past a few actually. Applin puts the ball in! Another decent opportunity for Burkalla. Just has to run down that right wing herself. Has the strength to do so. She puts the ball into the middle. Might fall. Atkins plays it through to King. Might be a good opportunity for Pete. Just wide off the post. Ball put into the middle. I think they'll be offside though. It's rolling in. She's onside. Be the one to deliver it in. Won't be Macaulay, will be Guiardo. Over the bar. Well, it wasn't a bad opportunity either for them. The goal early. And then Burkalla getting a goal in late in the first half. Looking for the chip over was Dylan Holmes. Not too threatening to Abby Lucas. Garlick makes her way through. Gets the ball into the box. Holmes couldn't get the finish to try and put City in front. Guiardo off the bar. Doesn't keep the touch within her control. Forward goes Williams. Just decided to try and take the shot herself. Corner comes in. Punch away, not too clean. It's 2-2. Here's the strike. Full time. West Torrens Burkalla in that 5th and final spot, knocking out Adelaide City in the process.
The Matildas are on fire, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough.
Welcome to 5AA Football Fives. No skills, no worries, no time to train, no need. Perfect for friends, family and kids. It's fast, fun football for everyone, so spend your summer nights under lights and register now at football5AA.com. Proudly powered by 5AA, always Adelaide.
As here come our two sides. The bar has been set. It's a great run from Kyra Cooney-Cross.
Turn under pressure.
Here come the Socceroos again. Good one on the right foot, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough. What a goal! The Matildas are running amok. Opens up for the shot.
Sinclair up the double. There's the back foot. Australia head over heels about this superstar.
Back underway here at Ramsey Park for the second half. Home team have made 2 substitutions at the halftime break as well. It's Reece Townsend to come off, Sam Voigt as well to come off. And the 2 to come on is Jackson Kurtz and that man Santiago Tabarez. Straight into the action early. Butler now finds Mullen edge of the box. Has the strike and again finds the back netting though. But it's a good introduction. They're trying to get this underway early, as you see there. Dan Ryan putting the ball on the spot there for the keeper, who's taken a lot of time again. Referee's seen nothing doing, but that's the substitutions we called for, Simon. I mean, some players to get on the ball, some more nimble, small players maybe, and you've still got the big man up there in Ryan and Fernandez, but a couple of players who want to get on the ball early.
Absolutely. Some good changes there, and just want to give a quick shout-out to the canteen staff at Playford. Wow, what a chicken burger. Not that I needed it. How's your cheeseburger?
Oh, it's probably brilliant. Same as the chips as well, the service as well. A couple of minutes, we stopped the game and they're already at our feet, so great service at Playford City Soccer Club canteen. They've obviously got some schnitzel packs as well, and sure, maybe some of the fans back home want them to get promoted so they can have some of the grub down here.
Straight on the front foot, Playford. As we've seen at the start of the first half, let's see if they can capitalise, or will Blue Eagles keep doing what they're doing and just ground out a result.
Still playing with the ball superbly as well. A couple one-touch passes. De Silva now getting a bit of action on the ball as well. Signore. Great one-touch play. Ricardo's away on the right here if he can reach it. Younger legs though, Woolard beat him to the ball.
Just in his older days, I guess you could say, of playing, he's just lost that touch of speed. Still got all the class he's had for 15, 20 years. He's been playing here in South Australia the last 15 or 20 years.
Might be the twilight of his career, but he just keeps seeming to perform. I mean, getting teams up, that's his job now, instead of being maybe the star man at the top leagues. But the way he does it is just remarkable.
Well, senior promotion. Senior promotion. If you want to get promoted or get close to getting promoted, sign Ricky De Silva.
Mr. September, they call him, maybe?
Well, he's been like that for over a decade, I can promise you that. He's that good a player.
As is this man on the ball, Fernandez. You picked him out at the half-time, being such a cultured centre-back, him.
Very, very impressive first half, though, with the big boys up front.
Ball's fallen to Tabarez, and again, he's in the way, and now Woolard has the strike. Good deflection, though, from Delachia, and now they might come away 2v2 here if they can make this work. De Silva looks into Cacciavalani. He might get his touch first. Cacciavalani does.
Did well.
Keeper, though, does well, and a strike on goal as well. Just past the side netting. I think that's from Delachia, and Cacciavalani's down there. He got the touch, but so did Osterby.
Osterby did really well getting off his line there. You could see he was going to look for that penalty, just get a little touch past him, but Lukey did really well coming off his line, showing the experience he's got.
As well, they had a chance just after that as well, falling to Delachia. Had the strike on goal. A couple of players were scrambling back to the goal line as well, and fortunately for them, it just found its way to the side netting. But yeah, he's one to highlight, Fernandez. Seen him a few times this season as well. Declan Gray sometimes played at right fullback when Cooper Mullins slotted in at the back in the centre. But he's an interesting player. I've never seen him before this season in the leagues, in the local leagues. I'm not sure if he's import or not, but had a big bump there on Kurtz, though. But it's an interesting profile as well for a centre-back. Usually you see big brutes, big tall guys, maybe a bit slower than that. Maybe on the ball they just want to hoof it and clear it. But for him, he's playing it like a experienced, maybe a Spanish centre-back or an Italian one, maybe not.
Reads the game well. He's in the right position. Fouls when he needs to foul. Maybe not just there, but...
It's going to be Woolard over the top of this now. Going to put it into a dangerous area.
That wind's really going to take that ball.
Again, defensively he's there, is Cacciavalani, and now they're on their break again. Blue Eagles, if they can make this work. Touch is poor and kept alive from Playford, but I think he's coming from offside position there, Butler, but keep singing his praises, Fernandez. He's going to be a big addition to the NPL if he makes it there after today.
Just a little bit too open for my liking for Playford even this early on. I know they're chasing the game. We want them to chase the game for the spectacle, but leaving one-on-one at the back there was such a long time to go. Be a little bit too risky to start with.
Another flick on from Dante, trying to find De Silva. And again, something that you probably don't expect seeing a game like this, Playford not winning any of these headers. I mean, sometimes Blue Eagles do up to that long situation, and they just seem to be winning it more times than not. Now it's De Silva against Woolard. Takes him to the corner flag. Uses his body well, spins out of danger, finds the free man in De Lucia. Now he puts the ball in. Edge of the box to Senora. We've seen him strike from out here before. Darginho finds it again out to De Silva, but it's intercepted by Butler. Now they go long. Just before that, though, we saw 2 or 3v1 there against Ricardo then on the corner flag, and you might think maybe he's not got the legs, but he drags you in and then finds the free man. It's just superb the way he plays.
Alessio, that's why he wears the number 10. That's why he's always wore the number 10.
It's what gives him the talent to wear the white boots as well. You don't see too many of them unless you're someone special.
He is a very special player. I think we've given him so much credit on this call, on this go of the game. He's going to go back and
watch it back. Yeah, maybe make a highlight reel, just the commentator calls.
It's all someone playing still in their plus 40 years of age, doing what he's doing.
Shares a similarity with you, winning a Melton medal.
Yes, he has. He has won one.
He's won the State League 1 Player of the Year quite a few times as well. I'm sure he's going to rank high there again this year, but ranks highly among so many fans around the leagues, getting them to the high stages of the top flight of local football. Of course, Blue Eagles are there last in 2021, so it hasn't been too long. It hasn't been as long as Playford, at least. Now here he is, De Silva finding Dante again. Cacciavolani strike, deflected out for a corner. Yeah, of course, Playford last here in 2005 were in the top flight. And that's when they got relegated as well. Came 10th after being promoted the first year. They only spent 1 year there after being promoted in 2004. And then they finished 10th, and the bottom 3 went down that year. So they went down with Enfield and I think Adelaide Hills Hawks. But Blue Eagles, they were there in 2021. Got relegated, I think, with Bacala, or Cumberland, sorry. Ball goes far post. Dante's there with a big header.
Good variation there by Blue Eagles too. Good variation of the set piece. And it was Gray that peeled off to the back post there, I believe, and nearly put his side 2 up. Signori again in the right position, middle of the park, as we spoke about earlier.
Just calm on the ball. I mean, that's why he wears the number 6 shirt. He just can pick it up in areas that a lot of other players might not. Here's Dodero. Looks to cut it back for De Lucia. Good save.
Oh, wow.
Comes out again to De Silva with a strike. Looks like it might have almost gone in if Dodero didn't get a touch on it. Still not away for Playford, and De Silva gets it back to his feet. Finds Dodero, looking for the 1-2. Whips it in instead. Dante's there, and he's just straight offside, but it's a good read from Luke Ospai. Big chance, though. I think that De Silva strike might have even been on target if Dodero didn't get his toe onto it, but maybe he was trying to deflect it and make it even harder for the keeper.
Just starting to open up a bit. Yeah, it's already really looking like they want to go in for the kill there. They're very dangerous on the counter-attack. They're dangerous in their attacking 18-yard box. Such are their quality of strikers they've got in that area.
We've got to say that you see this attack with Kurtz getting a couple of touches on the ball there. We're going to go back for a goal kick, but the form for Adelaide Blue was coming into this game. I mean, they finished 3rd in the league while Playford finished 2nd. They had the week off, of course, but the form that Blue Eagles have come into this with, 4 wins out of 5 and a draw in the 5th there. But compared to Playford's results coming into the end of the season, where they probably almost could have made the top of the league if they beat Bacala in the last couple of rounds, and then they lost previously to Blue Eagles in the first leg last week as well. But other than that, I mean, Blue Eagles have just been on such a fine run to find the end of the season. A couple of people would have tipped them to go automatically up at the start of this season, especially with their ins. But the form that some of the players are on as well. I mean, a couple of clean sheets in the last couple of games as well. They don't concede many, as you've said. So far today as well, they've shut out this Playford team who love to score. Here's Dodero, the former Playford man.
I just wonder how much that automatic promotion spot in the regular league's taken out of Playford. You know, have they put all their eggs into that basket, thinking they're going to get automatic promotion? Burks have knocked them off, taken that spot. You know, they've just taken time to reset.
This time it's Fernandez on the end of a late challenge. Again, that's the confidence of a centre-back as well, driving against a couple, 2 or 3 players trying to press you with a bad touch, and he's found his pass to the left and someone's taking him out late. That's the sort of composure that a midfielder is probably more akin to. Looks like Penendis again receiving some more instructions as well. Maybe he's going to deliver him to Tabares, maybe a bit of a formation change.
I'd like to see for Playford Isaac Mullen getting on the ball. They're holding midfield and probably getting advanced a little bit more in those areas. Seen him score a lot of good goals from outside the box or in the attacking area. I'd like to see him just be a little bit more adventurous. Shackles off him a little bit as it goes on this second half and get more involved in Playford's attacking half and third of the game.
Good touches there from Tabares. He's going to put it back into the box to the feet of Kurtz, but again cleared from Blue Eagles, and they've just found a free man every time they've cleared the ball. I don't know if that's luck or if that's confidence, but they've definitely got one of the two. Dodero now spins. He's got a lot of space ahead of him. Omar Dodero. Smithson now. Darginio. He might have a strike here. He does choose. Just off the feet there maybe of Dante, who might get a little touch on it, but they're just playing with Playford at the back here. I mean, they're trying to throw everything forward, Playford, at the moment with all their numbers, but when they're in a defensive half, it seems like Blue Eagles just got years to make a decision on the ball. De Silva now up against Sean Harvey. Of course, we were talking about the last time Penendis came up against Blue Eagles. On the same team as him that day was Ricardo De Silva for Olympic as they progressed to the latter stages of the final series. So only one of them is going to be on the receiving end of a big victory today. And at this stage, it looks like it's going to be De Silva.
I mean, some of the best games I've seen Penendis play is when he's facing towards his attacking goal. The first 60 minutes of this game, he's had his back to goal and he's looking to feed in midfielders. Might be an option too for him and Ryan to swap. Ryan sort of playing in that sort of number 10 position. We've seen Penendis over the years making those forward runs late and clinical runs into the box to get onto the end of things while he's facing his goal. He hasn't had that opportunity yet.
Here's Dodero with a bit of space to cut it back for De Silva. That was his chance.
That's the tie gone there if that goes in.
But as you were saying, of course, Penendis, I mean, maybe the difference of the two teams today is De Silva gets to, Cacciavellani gets to play with De Silva, while Penendis doesn't get to play with him. And that's maybe why he had such success at Olympic, playing with Ricky behind him, feeding the balls. And today, the opposition has that.
You're suggesting a little bit more quality in the Blue Eagles attacking third. Is that what you're trying to say, Ali?
I'm just trying to say that maybe the number 10 behind him is got a bit more to him at the moment.
Yeah.
Shown.
Ryan's a good little player too. Well, not little player, he's a very good player in that position. I've seen him play multiple times this year and score very, very important goals for Playford.
Been at Playford for such a long time as well. He was part of that team back in 2014 in the final series as well. He played back here in 2020 as well, when they last made the State League 1 finals against White City. A couple of other players, Tyson Harriman, Jackson Kurtz, Capone and Bradley French are part of the team from a long time ago when they got promoted last. Ball looks like it's gone out from the corner flag to be a goal kick. But I think that's just the difference. They've got such an attacking threat at the moment. They've got so many strikers, but the player to play them in on goal, they just don't have at the moment, Playford. I mean, Daniel Ryan, I think, is probably more deeper than he would usually play as well. I mean, as a player who's got so many goals like him, 12 goals this season, I would expect him to maybe go forward a bit more, but looks like it's introduction for his 300th occasion is Yaz Sudic. 300 games for the man. Promotions with Bacala, with Croatia Raiders. Trying to make it his third today with Playford City, but he's come back from ACL injury as well. No surgery, so he's done it the natural way. He's going to come into the middle of the park now for his 300th. Congratulations to you, Yasmin.
And it looks like, as we kind of suggested, or I guess predicted, Isaac Mullen's gone more into a more attacking position now, where he's going to try feed off Penendis. It's a good move there by the coach. Let's see what transpires the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, he's an interesting case, Yaz Sudic, as well. I was at Raiders in 2019 when he was there in the first team, and he was more used as a winger, definitely an attacker.
Looks like he's sitting in that 6 role at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit of experience in there and just probably getting the quicker legs further up the park.
De Silva maybe trying to catch out Ostby there, and he wasn't too far away, even if he was looking for a cross there. Both him and Dante got their head in their hands, maybe in two minds there, but it was Andrew Butler to make way there in that substitutions for Yaz Sudik. So looks like we are going to see Isaac Mullen a bit forward, and more potentially Daniel Ryan. He looks like he's come out to the left wing here now, so maybe they are going to go to a more traditional 4-3-3. Mullen in the 10. Looks like they might even go into a 3-back with Woolard and Yaz Sudic at the base of the midfield.
Could be a back 3. They're looking at that. We'll just see when it settles down.
Yeah, it looks like they are. I mean, that's the way you go when you're trying to push everybody forward. Ben Willard's a comfortable player on the ball as well. He's got the set-piece delivery as well, but his passing range as well is superb as well. So he's going to try and get on the pitch and get on the ball as much as Yaz Sudic is, but Playford definitely throwing everything towards it. Use 3 subs now, so it's a big squad game and they're going to need it here.
And irrelevant of today's result, it would be heartbreak if it does come down to this game being the promotion playoff. But Playford, the next couple of years, are definitely set to move into the NPL.
Got some information as well on Julian Fernandez, a ex-Argentinian under-20 international. Played with another NPL player in the past, with Gonzalo Rodriguez. But I guess you don't really see many Visa centre-backs come into the leagues, especially in the local ones. I mean, I've seen a Visa goalkeeper in the past. There's obviously one at Modbury there, Ryan Neal. There's a UK passport. Daniel Ryan now on the left, taking his defender 1v1. Maybe this is the space that he's a bit better in, and he gets more of the ball.
That's where Playford want Isaac Mullen getting into those little holes to try to pick up that ball.
And then this is now going to pick it up in a hole. He's going to find Dan Ryan if he can find his feet. He's got his old teammate though, Ricardo de Silva, behind him.
Just on your point there of Visa centre-backs, we're going back a long way when I used to play, but Diego Pellegrini, that played in Serie A, played for so many clubs, won a UEFA Cup, played for Blue Eagles, most certainly one of the toughest, probably the toughest opponent I came against in the local league. Made a great career, not just overseas, but here for Blue Eagles. Gianluca Lagarde, the list can go on. Bit of quality needed here for Playford.
Ryan looks like he's going to strike this. He is. It's going to dip, but it's not going to come close enough for the goals. The keeper makes a comedic save opportunity there as well. Takes his time with his ball as well.
.58 minutes gone. Blue Eagles leading the tie 2-0, 1-0 on the day. 1 foot in the grand final. Have they got half a foot on promotion?
Potentially. Bacala playing a home game under the lights tonight in front of their home fans, which they always seem to drag a couple of goals in. Here's Gray now battling out with Tabarez. He's putting his body about since coming on. Home crowd like him. They've only seen him since round 17 when he signed for the club. Played 1 reserve game, scored a hat-trick in it, and he started every senior game until today. So scored a couple of goals, 3 and 6 as well. He's in and around the goals as well.
Sure, with that pedigree too, Alessio, that Playford will want to hold on to him next year, relevant of promotion push this year or next year. But there'll definitely be NPL clubs seeking his value too, with the pedigree he has got, and as you said, has been on show at Playford the last couple of months.
Woolard again to a good area. Needs a flick. It's got a flick, but it's only into the hands of Ben Jackson. Talking about Visa centre-backs as well, Simon. Take your mind back to Milan Ivanovic, Visa centre-back back in the day for Adelaide City. I'm sure that they had a few there as well. Even goalkeepers, they had a couple of Visa players, but goes to show when you need somebody of that quality, you can bring him in from interstate or overseas, and They'll do the business. Here's the man doing the business at the moment. It's Kachavalani.
And one of our most capped Socceroos. And a legend of the local game. We're very lucky to have some of these ex-players and their statuses in the game living here in Adelaide and South Australia. I think we probably don't respect and honour them enough, in my humble opinion. It'd be great to see him out a bit more, but life does move on from football for some people.
I think as well, I'm pretty sure I'm right. He's got the top scorer award is named after him, the Milan Ivanovic Trophy.
He's got one award. I don't know off the top of my head which one it is, but there is a, and so there should be. There should be. You know.
De Silva now on the set piece. Goes near post, but can only find Penendez' head. Not his teammate this year, but Playford have got the attack, and here is Tavares.
Very well.
Good drop of the shoulder. He's asking players to help him going forward, but his pass is a bit sloppy in all fairness as well. Had a couple of players streaming down the midfield, but nobody obviously knew that he was going to shift his body and get past the defender that easily. Of course, in the other game as well, Campbelltown 1-0 up. They got a goal just before half-time, courtesy of Yoi Matsumoto. Smithson's clearance back into the area with Penendez. Takes the touchdown, takes the past his defender, looks for the strike. I think Dodero is just going to save this from going behind for another corner. Play it down the line. Harvey's got to check his shoulder here as Kachavalani's on his case.
And again, Fernandez in the right position at the right time. Clearing the danger there for the Azzurri.
It's like a couple of goals in the other game, actually. It's 3-0 now to Campbelltown City with Mark Marino and Josh Murray getting on the score sheet. Looks like they've almost all but secured their passage. I mean, 2-0 in the first leg, 3-0 now for them, so they're 5-0 up on aggregate. It's not done here for Playford. Penendez battles out in the middle. It's still Penendez. Christos Penendez!
Oh, great save.
Big save. Moment-defining save there from Jackson as he pushes his defence onwards. Nobody there was there for the rebound, but Ryan's kept this in. Takes it past Smithson. Dan Ryan now into the danger area. Gray clears it. Yaz Sudic hasn't scored since scoring against Blue Eagles last season. His 50th club career goal as well, that goal last season against Blue Eagles, Yaz Sudic. Now it's De Silva.
2-on-2, here we go.
Goes one way then the other. He's taking his time with this, looking for Dante, but cleared out for Playford. They've got a bit of attack now going. They've got a bit of momentum, as does Ryan.
Yeah, and they need to bring the crowd into it. They need to bring their local fans into this game.
Woolard on his left foot puts a good ball in. Fernandez is there to clear. They got the numbers forward now, though, Playford. And Sudic lets that bounce. Every time, though, taking up precious minutes of these attacks from Blue Eagles. Harvey there battling with Dodero. His touch is just going to keep it in. Fernandez again down, tying that boot, so I don't know, maybe he needs to get the Velcro out, Simon. I think one of the major differences as well, bringing Ryan out to the wing. He's a number 10, but his position, I think, is definitely as a winger. The more they've got him on the ball here, he's taking Smithson every single time he's got on it. Making such a nuisance of himself on the left here.
Well, they're just trying to stretch the game there and trying to stretch the opponent by bringing him out onto this side, closest to camera.
Kachavalani holds up now. Gets tackled. They're getting numbers around it though, Playford. No foul there as well.
Yeah, it's got their tails up the last couple of minutes, which is good for the home team.
You want to see a grandstand finish in front of your home fans. I mean, if this is the last game they're going to see for their team all year, for another 6 months at least, then you're going to want to put a performance they can be proud of. I mean, I talked about their last game of the season last year where they lost in extra time here against Bacala. A couple of refereeing decisions went a bit wayward potentially, but otherwise having a 2-0 lead and leaving it like that. They've had a big season to remember this year, battling out with the top two for most of it. So they want to end it on a high here, and they've really got to do this by getting a goal back in. Willard's ball was in a dangerous area, but
Looks like it might have been an offside shout from somebody of the Playford front line, as Jackson got a punch on that, and Tavares tells him to hurry up and play it quickly. Looks like there might be a final substitution getting ready on the Playford bench. I'm not sure if that's maybe somebody who's already been subbed off, though, standing up. Tadero using his body well, playing with Ricardo now. They've got a bit of pressure here. The skill and expertise is avoiding it for now. Ricardo, great turn in the box. He might have a strike here. He takes a pass on another one. Now he shoots Ricardo, deflected. Dante gets the head over the keeper. Hit the crossbar. Just about cleared from Harvey there, but that goes to show the way that Blue Eagles play. I mean, looks like they were toying with him out on the left there. Put a dangerous ball in, and Dante again tries to loop the keeper with a header.
Didiero, De Silva, Dante. All in that action just there.
Three most senior men for Blue Eagles here, sorry. And they're the ones that are just doing the business for him. I mean, Didero as well. He scored in the final series against West Adelaide a couple of weeks ago. Dante in that one. And De Silva. He's on the top of this one. Looking near post. He did nod to somebody at the front post there that he was looking for that. It's just been a masterclass from him. Darginio now gets in on the action. Looking for Dante. Plays it back. Smithson has a strike. Deflected once. Dante's there. Catch of Alani. What a save.
Great save.
Luke Osbar with a fingertip save. Past the post for a corner. That's another match-defying save, potentially.
And these type of saves from Osbar, they have to just give you some sort of hope that, you know, you're still in this game. You're still in this game, Playford. Will that chance come back and rue Blue Eagles?
We've talked about the keepers as well. Luke Osbar, such an experienced keeper in himself, getting the first team run now in a couple of years as well. Ben Jackson as well from the 2018 promotion side. So these are players who've got a lot of experience for both teams and in the senior game. Now De Silva tries to go short again. Looks like it was a foul and it went out anyway. So free kick for Playford. But just when you think they're out of it, Blue Eagles, they just give you a bit more to shout about, and their creativity just excites you. Sudic with a good pass forward to Penendez. He's got a lot of space to run into now.
Face forward now.
Referee's a bit in his way. He's not the one to pass to, and he finds Harriman now. Harriman's going to look for a ball in the box. Plays it out, looking for Sudic, but he's not got enough on that, and it's going to be another 3v2 here if Ricardo can make it work. Can see the players streaming back now for Playford, but he's going to slow it down and take on one of them. Goes inside. Ricardo De Silva deflected again from Harvey, and Sudic comes away with it now. Needs to find a pass. Finds Penendez. He spins. Sprays it out excellently to Dan Ryan. This is the position he's looked good in. Here's Dan Ryan now, cutting inside on that right foot. Goes one way, then the other. Takes a past his defender. Good defending, though, from Declan Gray to prevent the corner. Ryan takes that himself, it looks. Looking for the feet of Woolard. They've got 3v1 here if they can make it work. Dan Ryan floats the ball into the box. Good area. Penendez was there, but it was defended again out by that centre-back pairing of Gray and Fernandez. They've been superb and marshalled out that defence today.
They have, and the cross is now becoming a little bit too obvious. And play just have to try and mix it up a little bit.
They are going to float it again, looking for Ryan. It's going to come out to Woolard. The defender's down. Dan Ryan looks for the strike, hits the side, and then the unmentionables of Fernandez. And he's going to go down and take a second to recover from that.
Apologies for the language there from some of our local supporters. A little bit colourful. They're getting a little bit frustrated. Blue Eagles managing the game very well. Counting down the minutes to a grand final spot. They're not there yet.
Well, they are called the Azuri, Simon, and the way that they've been playing as well, 1-0 this week, 1-0 last week, this is the way that the Azuri play. I mean, I don't know if they're formations and maybe their tactics are akin to the old Italian teams of the past, but the way they play, slowing the game down, defenders with expert possession of the ball. This has been a real good watch from us as well. We're both Italians here, no allegiance to either side, but it's a throwback to the past of how to defend and how to marshal out tough games like this.
Yeah. Either way, two big clubs, if it does come down to this as the promotional playoff game, if it does, it's going to be great to see one of these clubs.
And if Blue Eagles are in the final, I mean, what's the odds for a 1-0 win?
Well, they've been good at the last couple of weeks, that's for sure.
It's going to be Ryan to take this.
Winning is a habit.
Good area. Fernandez is there. Mullen flicks it into a dangerous area. Harriman now plays it back to Tavares. He's going to put a ball in. That's good. Harriman's there. There's people getting in each other's way now. And Sudis tries to get a toe on it. He does. Jackson now takes all the sting out of that attack.
Just like to see from Playford for their benefit, when they do get into these wide areas, everything's going in straight away. It's so predictable. It might be just worth a pass a little bit deeper around the 18-yard box to one of their midfielders who can maybe face forward and get a shot on target. Just mix it up. At the moment, it's too obvious, and Blue Eagles are dealing with it really well.
Hands around the neck there, the 2 6s, Signore and Mullen, and they're going to pay it for that free kick on Fernandez instead, but it is becoming predictable. I mean, for a defence, a Azzurri defence, that's what they build lives on. That's what they made trophies upon.
Get the ball to Ryan here in these ints. Get him one-on-one. Mix it up a little bit. You never know. He gets past his player in the box. He might get a penalty. We know these type of games come down to set pieces, but not always just a cross.
Again, finding the feet of just an Azzurri player, and now Mullen tries to play it behind. Sudic finds it back to Harriman. Woolard. This is better.
Yeah, and Blue Eagles nice and compact though.
Good ball in the box. Mullen. Kurtz now steps one way, then the other. Looks to deliver. Kurtz into the box. Defended out. And again, Jackson's there to claim. He's had a good game today, Jackson. I mean, clean sheet last week. Looks like he's going to get a clean sheet today. He had 7 this season. So he's quite used to them. And that's probably for the defence in front of him as well, you've got to say. I mean, they've just commanded that area expertly.
I mean, if you look at the spine of Blue Eagles, it's been on show. It's been fantastic today with Fernandez and Gray, Signori in the middle of the park there, up to the senior players up front in De Silva, Dante and Omari for the Blue Eagles.
Here he is, Dodero. Having a bit of an adventure forward. Takes a past couple now. Looks like they're going to deliver. Stayed in, says the assistant referee on the far side. And now Playford surge forward with numbers. Again going long. Again finding Penendis. And he's found the feet of French to Kurtz. Penendis is in the middle there. If he can find him, he does.
Facing forward. This is better for him.
Penendis finding Ryan. He's going to have Smithson 1v1 again, Ryan. This time he cuts inside. Has the strike. Good save from Ben Jackson and just past the feet of French. This game has got a bit of spice left in it, Simon.
Absolutely, and we've spoken about Penendis getting on the ball and facing forward. He's been able to do that, bring Ryan in one-on-one, and it's a great save again by Jackson.
You've got to say as well, for Ben Moore, the coach, a couple of his inclusions today and a couple of his tinkers at halftime as well. Dan Ryan on this far side, on this near side, has been spectacular to watch. Should have had him out here more, getting that 1v1.
Oh, he's tweaked it, and credit to Ben, the coach at Playford. He's tweaked his formation, and he's nearly got rewards for it.
Calls for a handball. Volley's come in from Ryan. He's snatched at it a little bit as it spins past, but they seem to be getting forward. If they can hinder that attack of Blue Eagles with the two that are staying up there, and Ricardo and Dante, otherwise, as soon as they get past that, they just seem to have numbers going forward in areas as well. So,
well, that's got to give them some hope.
Jackson getting another warning about time wasting. He's probably done it since almost the first half as soon as they got that goal, but gets another one here, and I'm sure there can't be too many more.
We've still got 11 minutes of normal time, and you think maybe 5 or 6 minutes of stoppage time with some of the injuries and stoppages. So there's still maybe 15 to 17 minutes to go in this game. There's a lot of time to not just get one goal, but maybe 2 or 3. Not that Blue Eagles want that, but most certainly Playford do.
Flick on, and he's grabbed his face there. Fernandez might have got either a head to the back of his nose, or maybe he got even an elbow. I'm not too sure.
Looked like he got a bit of a boot there when he put his head down to clear that ball.
But again, just sucking more minutes out of this game. Obviously, they're going to be mostly added on, but those back two, followed by the fullbacks as well, have just been gargantuan in this game. Been so hard to get past. Slowing down the game at the right points, dribbling out of defence at the right points as well. I think it's probably on what you said as well. It's probably that little triangle there: Fernandez, Gray, and Signore. That's the Bermuda Triangle. They can't get past.
They haven't been able to today, and they didn't last week.
Of course, in the past as well. I mean, they beat him in the cup as well. Blue Eagles 1-0.
I'm just speaking on their form, like you mentioned earlier, they've really built into this final series. You know, the last couple of games of the year into the final series. You know, winning is a habit. We spoke about it earlier, and you know, those 1-0 results, or you just learn how to win. You just learn how to get the 3 points or get the result.
This is the 5th time they've played each other all season. Playford have won none of them. One draw, 0-0 at Playford here. But other than that, 1-0 loss in the cup, 4-1 loss in the league, and another 1-0 last week. And then, yeah, the 0-0 in the league was here at Playford. But other than that, it's been Adelaide Blue Eagles in the past. And it looks like they're going to continue that today. Counterattacking battling out there with Harvey. Distributes it to Kurtz. Finds Tabarez. Missed clearance that time from Signore, and now Fernandez uses his body well. He might get a strike here if he's got enough space. Again, sprays it out to Ryan. He's been doing good this side since moving. He puts it into the box again. Back post is Kurtz. He keep this alive. He does with a throw in, but he can't keep it in.
Yeah, Ryan had a good opportunity there to create a little overlap, a little 2 or 3v1 here. With some of the players moving around in that area of the field. Fortunately, he's just chosen the wrong option on that occasion.
It's going to be a fullback change, similar to what it was last week. It looks like it's going to be Matthew Jones to make way and young Caleb Evans to come on.
Yeah, Matthew Jones had a really, really good game. A good shift there for 82, 83 minutes. Should be proud of his game.
Usually deployed as a right fullback, usually Caleb Evans. I actually played with him as well at Raiders in 2019, the under-18s. But he, after that, played in the State League 2 for Mulberry Vista in their final series in 2020. But he's played a couple of years here, and he actually played in the last time that Blue Eagles were in the NPL. Scored a cracker against Sturt. I'm sure a couple of people back home have known that. Sam Voigt in the team today. Ben Woolard as well. Cooper Mullins, of course, watching from home. I think he knows all about that Caleb Evans screamer there at Martin Sports Complex. I'm sure he tells him about it at training as well. But he's come on at left fullback this time, and more defensive inclusions to see out this game for Blue Eagles.
Have we got a twist? Have we got a twist this last?
You'd hope so. I mean, for the home fans here, and probably some of the people watching at home, maybe even Salisbury or Bacala, whichever team they're going for in this game, I'm sure they're hoping maybe for a different team in the final or a different team to contend with for promotion. But they want to see some action and maybe even see some games go the distance. Might make it a bit harder for the final. That one's gone over the head of Gray. Fernandez is there to help him out, and Tabarez is still there chasing down the centre backs as that goes down the raceway.
And that's perfection down the raceway too. That takes off another 30 seconds off the clock.
Perfect time wasting.
Did Gray mean that? Caravan with the long throw.
Taking over the duties from Townsend. He gets into the box. Couple players rising. Smithson looks to clear. He takes in it. Goes for the sliding challenge. It's got to be a penalty.
Oh, Daniel.
A lot of shouts, and I think the assistant referee must be talking in his ear there, because Smithson went for the challenge, hesitated. Tabarez got in behind, and I'm not sure if the ball was maybe out. Maybe the ball was out before he made the challenge. I can't say.
We haven't got the value of a replay right now, but to me, that looked like it could have been a penalty. Unfortunate for Playford, very fortunate for Blue Eagles.
And Ben Jackson, of course, picks up the yellow card in that as well for time wasting and delaying this corner, but the Playford fans are asking, where's the penalty there, Daniel?
Blue Eagles now with 11 players all behind the ball.
Ryan now puts it onto the keeper's head. It gets back into the box, and De Silva's there to take it out of the defensive half and potentially win a throw-in or a free kick.
He doesn't. Just finds it back to Playford, and he's gone for a triangle. Sudic into the box. Just ahead of the defenders. It's going to be another throw in. Going quickly again to find Sudic. He's getting his foot on the ball now. Ball comes into the box. Kurtz touches it down. Herriman's there. Penendez is there. The referee's taking him out this time. And it is a penalty this time to Penendez. And he's just got a yellow, Ben Jackson, so he's got to be careful here, Simon.
It should be a red card. It should be a second yellow, which means it's a red card, but we're about to see.
It's a penalty here late on. Daniel Cook's got a decision to make here.
41 minutes into this second half.
86 minutes. What is he going to do here, Daniel Cook? Is he going to book the keeper for a second time?
I've seen this double jeopardy rule in the past where it's a penalty or a card. That there is a yellow card. It's not a direct red, that's for sure.
Wait, see his decision here, Daniel Cook.
Doesn't look like he's going to his pocket. He's just awarding the penalty.
It's definitely a penalty. The more that Ben Jackson wastes his time with this, he might even get another one himself. Penendez might even coax him into getting one. Christos Penendez, 14 goals this season. I doubt he's the one taking the penalty. Isaac Mullen has taken 4 this season, scored all 4.
Yep.
So it'll be Isaac Mullen. No booking here, which is the main thing. 2-0 on aggregate. 1-0 in this game. 1 goal with 5 minutes to go. This is what the home fans want.
5 minutes plus probably, I'd reckon, 7 or 8 minutes of stoppage time. So there's a long way to go if Isaac Mullen can put this in. And then we're going to hear a loud grandstand if this goes in for the next 10 minutes.
So Isaac Mullen over the top of this one. Saw his family, Alex Mullen, score 1 for Campbelltown last week. What can he do, Isaac? The crowd goes silent for Mullen. Finds the bottom left.
Here we go. We're on.
The crowd's up here now at Ramsey Park. Isaac Mullen has pulled one back for the home side, and they've got 1 foot back in this game, Simon.
42 minutes gone, 3 minutes of normal time to play. Plus, we said probably 5, 6, 7 minutes with all the stoppages we've seen. For Playford, can they be a little bit more creative now as they attack? For Blue Eagles, can they hold on and have 1 foot in the grand final and maybe promotion, depending on tonight's result, between Berks and Salisbury?
And Playford, you've got to say, they're on the upper hand right now. The attacks they've had leading up to that penalty have been immense. Now it's just going to be a back and forth game. Sudic puts it back in for Mullen. Signore comes away with it. Big challenge there from Woolard. Signore's come over the top of him as well. And this game's got a lot of fire in it. You can see the juniors on the far side. They're getting rowdy now.
It's in an interesting position on the field because it's
very central. It's hard to
want to get a little bit wide to get a bit of momentum from wide area, or probably a little bit too far out to shoot, but there is a bit of momentum with the wind.
Woolard letting the referee know that look where his studs go, and he's not got a booking for that either. He's let a few go today, Daniel Cook, but he's kept his cards in his pocket for the time being.
Yeah, common sense, so he should. I mean, we talked about the yellow card potentially there with the penalty to Jackson, but, you know, there is a grand final 2 on the line, so for these players, and you'd hate anyone to miss out from being, sent off or a suspension from the biggest day of the season.
Ryan and Woolard step over the biggest free kick of the season for Playford. Ryan puts it into an area. No one attacks it. Comes back off to Penendez. Penendez scores the goal. It's 2 for Playford. And their talisman's got another one. 15 for the season. Penendez. And it's 2-2 in the tie. And 2-1 for Playford here. We might go to extra time, Simon.
We might be going to extra time. 44 minutes gone.
And he moves this crowd up, Christos Penendez. That's what you pay the big bucks for, Simon. A player to come in, score the goals at the time it matters. Christos Penendez, take a bow. We might be going to extra time.
Big name players, big game players. Big name players. The last 15, 20 minutes of this game, he's really stepped up. Former captain of an NPL club, he's really stepped up today.
They made a sub there in the midst of all that. Bo Irachi's come on for Christian D'Argenio. Now the crowd's always gone up to the fence as well.
The locals are getting loud.
This tin shed behind us is rattling, Simon.
What have Blue Eagles got left?
Got fresh legs on now, and they've got about 5 minutes plus added time to keep playing, and they're just winning every ball at the moment. Kurtz plays it up again to Fernandez. Fernandez is there for the time being. Those kids up there got to change that scoreboard as well.
The scoreboard is wrong. It is 2-1 on the day.
Sure, on the live stream you can see it, and you can see the aggregate score as well next to that. 2-2. Couple minutes to go here. This is what we wanted, and this is what the home fans wanted. Ball in the box again, looking for Fernandez. The hands there of Fernandez. They're taking him down again. A little shout. Referee says no. Fernandez battling out, and Fernandez is down again there. Bo Irachi now tries to take it on the line there, and he's going to keep it in there. Harriman's there to deal with him, and he might get a late elbow there from Irachi, but now the game is really spiced up, Simon.
What a great response by Playford. Let's just remember that Blue Eagles have still got some big names and some big attacking weapons on the field.
And there's De Silva with a Trivella pass to the top of the box. And the pressure just doesn't stop in this game. I mean, talking about last season, they were the team that were 2-0 up Playford, and they threw it away to lose in extra time 4-2 to Bacala. Now they've wrote those wrongs, and now they've come back from 2-0 down. Fernandez taken out on the halfway line. Advantage as well, says Daniel Cook. Again, no booking. He's getting some information in his ear, maybe, that some of these defenders got to look for it. Fernandez and Fernandez are still battling out there off the ball.
Hasn't this game come to life the last 10 minutes?
It's Woolard now to put a ball into the box. Can they create something here? Fernandez has let it go. Harvey tries to clear only as far as Yaz Sudic. Playing out from the back here to French. Back to Woolard. He wants to put a ball in. Opts short again for Kurtz, and it's red that time from Caleb Evans. Looking forward, good interception from Woolard, and he switches the ball. Fernandez is onside here, gets the flick on.
He's been massive the last 15 minutes.
So is this man, Dan Ryan. He might cut inside and shoot this time. Goes one way, the other. Dan Ryan, deflection! Taking it past the keeper, out for a corner. This is massive. All the numbers are up for Playford now.
48 minutes gone. In the third minute now, stoppage time.
Almost everybody in the box again. Bradley French letting him know that make sure you stay back this time, Woolard as well, but it's going to be Dan Ryan putting the ball in, maybe getting some instructions from the youngster behind the goals as well. Dan Ryan needs a good delivery here. It is good. Harvey tries to get a touch on it, but he missed controls.
Can Blue Eagles counter?
Dodero now. He's only got a couple numbers forward. Gets taken out maybe. Referee hasn't seen anything.
Playford definitely running out this game a lot better than their opponent at the moment.
Harvey's looking for that switch. Goes inside to Kurtz instead. He's got to keep this in with a good touch. Tries to take a pass to Evans, but again, interception by him. Evans has done well since he's come on. Clearing. Can't find the feet of Irachi. They brought on another tall man to try and get some of this attack and try and keep that ball up there.
Yeah, it's a good mobile substitution to make, especially if it does get to extra time.
Ryan looking again for somebody, but Evans is there again. That's about 3 in the last 5 minutes. Kurtz goes inside this time. Signore's there, and he can only clear far. Cacciavellani's there with Woolard. Gets a flick on. He's got to watch his shoulder here, Harriman. He does clear instead. And he's found his way to French. Keeps it alive. Sudic has got Irachi here.
And there's some tired boys out there. Some very tired boys.
Harvey now going long to Tabarez. Battling out there with Fernandez. He was in the wars today. Tabarez is fresh. Goes inside to French. He's been getting up the field as well in this second half. French, he goes in, wins another corner.
Yeah, the locals like their set pieces out here. And as we've said, Ali, Playford have shown so many times this year that they've been able to come back from the dead, get results, get wins in the last couple of minutes of games.
We saw Fernandez do it a couple of weeks ago as well, a last-minute winner here at home. But one thing I've got to mention as well, Bradley French has got up this second half more than anybody in this Playford team. He's gotten out that right side, stayed back for the set pieces, of course, but in the natural play, he's been getting up there, making such a nuisance of himself, and maybe that's why they'd take the left back.
Have to agree. He's been enormous today, French.
Woolard with a whip delivery into the near post, and it's a bit too much whip, and maybe the wind's taking that back behind for a goal kick. We're into added time here.
51 minutes on my clock. Not sure what it's showing at home to the viewers. We're at 51-minute mark. 6 minutes so far of extra time. Stoppage time in the second half. 2-2 on aggregate.
Jackson goes long now. That game over at Campbelltown is finished as well. 3-0 Campbelltown, so they're through to the grand final with Metro Stars next Friday. But we've still got everything to play for here and after with the Bacala game.
Campbelltown Metro. Wow. We'll worry about that after this one.
Looking forward, can't find anybody. Now they're under the cosh here is Playford for this last couple minutes of normal time. Fernand De Silva keeps taking it past a few, looking for Cacciavellani, but a great interception from the captain of Playford, Sean Harvey, and another one from Tabares. He's been taken out off the ball. He's won the free kick, and the Playford fans are happy with that in the defensive half.
And quite impressive, Tavares, since coming on. Just a bit, added that bit more composure up front. Not as direct. He's been able to get his foot on the ball every now and then and bring his teammates into the game. And that's really what they were crying out for.
Found a free pass there to Yaz Sudic. He whips it in, gets deflected out. Off Dodero, his former teammate at Croatia Raiders as well, of course.
The official looking at his
together.
He's looking at his clock. Is he going to blow it, or are they going to let this throw go in?
Playford hope they keep it on. Here's Kurtz as well. He might have handled that. Referee says no, and they're going to get a throw in. Maybe they try a long one here. I don't know if they've got enough numbers to go short. Goes in the box again. Dumped to the ground is Penendez. But a big header from Harvey, and it's going to go out for a throw in on the far side. Can't be long left here now. Penendez is limping after that. I'm not sure where he got hit, but maybe that's some of the dark arts coming to play from Fernandez. That's what you like to see from a centre-back and a striker. Bit of back and forth. Had it all day. Penendez has got his own, and so it's Fernandez. Now it's Evans. His long throw. He's only found a head of French. Might have come off the back of the head, and
that's it.
That's full time, Simon. We go to another 30 at least. And the Playford home fans are thankful for that. What a second half we had, though.
What a second half of the second half we had. It was looking like Blue Eagles were going to be going through to the grand final and maybe a promotion to the NPL, depending on other results.
88th minute penalty and a 90th minute goal. Less than 120 seconds in between those two. And Playford are right back in this, and they've got a right chance to make the final or even get promoted by the end of today.
You think with the momentum they've got from that last 10 or 15 minutes, they probably now go into the tie as favourites at home with this crowd. But don't count out Blue Eagles with the quality of players they've got, especially in their attacking half. You just don't know what they can do.
Well, I just saw there as well, Dante. He's obviously venting his frustrations on that water bottle on the far side. He threw it to the side. Not happy with how his team's finished that performance. They've had the attacking talent, and we said all day how good they were at the back. Just 2 moments of madness in the box has led to their downfall, at least to extra time.
Yeah. They got that penalty by mixing up the way they were playing Playford. Not as direct, isolating Ryan one-on-one with the defender. Really looking forward to this extra time period.
Underway now in the first period of extra time, 15 minutes each way. A lot of game ahead of us. The crowd's packed in here. They're all on the touchline as well. This is what finals footy is about.
So much on the line this next 30 minutes for both clubs.
Another one forward. Irachi thought he was fouled. Referee says no. Caleb Evans now ahead of us. Takes a throw in short to Signore. They're looking to get the ball in the box now. Evans with the left foot. Cuts it across. Kurtz prevents the corner. Now Yaz Sudic takes it past Dodero. And Mullen Long wins the header as well. Penendis in another gap of space in behind, and he looks like he's put his body in a great position to win the foul. He's found that way. We did talk about him getting in between that 10 and 9 position. Now he has in this second period of the first half, and that's where they've got their success at the moment. Playford.
Yeah, he's been massive, as we said, the last 20 minutes of the normal times.
As Dan Ryan looks like he was going to cut it across, has the strike instead, and finds the palms of Ben Jackson. Goes forward early. Defence is there this time. Harriman and Cacciavellani put that mistake behind him as well. Harriman, he's marshalled this back line expertly with the two strikers coming on. Two big men up top there now in Irachi and himself. Now the Silvers drop back a bit to that 10 position that Penendis is
just going to play off him and look to feed Irachi or Dante up front. I would be very surprised if this goes to penalties, Ali. I think this has got a goal written all over in extra time. Just with the way that just the first couple of minutes we can see here of extra time, it's not as cagey. I think they're both going to go for it. Whether it's right or wrong, who knows?
They're going to get a corner though, Blue Eagles. Haven't seen them do too much from these so far, but with a couple more tall timber to aim at, it might change.
I know the camera probably doesn't show, but the grandstand seems pretty full still. There's quite a few, especially Playford supporters here next to us, and good crowd in.
Ricardo De Silva now puts it onto the head, but again a good win there from Woolard. It was. De Lucia now takes a touch. He's got a couple of players to play against. Pressured him, and now that ball's gone forward. Dangerous ball over the head of Evans. He heads it, but not back to the keeper, into the path of Tabarez. But he recovers with an excellent challenge again. We said at the end of normal time how Evans has got the ball so many times, found feet, and again he finds Irachi this time. Big challenge from Harriman.
Yeah, good challenge by Harriman.
Won the goal kick as well. I mean, that's a tough challenge to get into, and especially win it without conceding a corner, but he has done that now. Playing with a bit more importance now, the Playford City team. As you did say, I mean, you've got some half of the crowds on the other side as well, behind the two dugouts as well. You've got all those youngsters next to the Playford one, or the couple next to the Adelaide Blue Eagles as well. Tabarez has stayed on side, trying to take it past Gray. Fakes the cross. Plays back to Dan Ryan. He's been another one who's been a star performer. Woolard puts it in back post. That's a dangerous ball. Falls to the feet of French. Imagine if he scores. Drops it, does Ben Jackson. Claims on the second time of asking. But an iconic player in Brad French for this club for Playford would have been a big one if he scored. Scored one goal this season, Brad French. Don't really see him in and around the attack, but as I said in the first half, look at him going forward. The overlaps that he's done in this half.
There he goes again.
Have been monstrous for Playford. Puts the ball in, wins a corner, and that's what you do. A player like him for Playford is immeasurable how much he means to them. We've seen it on the Blue Eagles side with Caleb Evans going up and forward, but he's a fresh player. Brad French has been here for the 90 minutes, going into added time now. Played so many games and so many years for the club as well.
Definitely one of the more impressive performances today in this final.
It's Woolard now. His delivery is going to be all the more important in this extra time period now. Here's Woolard. Near post, he floats it. Dante's head's there. Now it's Sudic. Plays for the feet of Woolard. Tries to put it again. Interesting formation here. And now Kurtz tries to get a toe on it. Controls it, pushed in the back a little bit, but not enough for a foul. And Blue Eagles can't clear their lines at the moment. Sudic is pressured by Cacciavellani. And from Signore. Keeps it alive though, Sudic. Is he fouled? Referee says no, but it might be still alive here for Kurtz. Takes it past Evans. Dumps him to the floor, and it's a throw-in. This is getting real cagey on this near side.
Well, credit to Cook too, the referee, for letting that go. He's been consistent for the first 90 minutes, and he's taken that into extra time now.
French now goes long, finds the chest of Penendez. He can't find someone on the other side. Kurtz blows it in. And now it comes clear for De Silva. He's going to try and switch this, I think. Goes for the feet of Irachi instead. Good touch from Herriman.
Well,
finds the return.
This is
Delachia on the left foot. Delachia, and he skies his lines and puts it onto the highway behind the goals. It's a massive chance for Azuri Blue Eagles. They took it past the defence. A lot of numbers committed there for Playford. And Delachia, a name very familiar with the away contingent of Adelaide Blue Eagles. Skied his lines, and he maybe had even a square there to Dante, who would have done some damage.
Cacciavellani, you give your experienced striker the ball in those positions. That's just a little bit of inexperience there by De Lucia.
Looks like they made another substitution now as Playford City. And it's going to be Sudic, it looks like he's taken off for Capone, the midfielder. Looks like Ben Moore's sending him away as well. I'm not sure if there's something that happened there. He's gone over the fence as well, Sudic. He's not happy with his decision. Capone's come on, another player who's been here quite a few years. Looks like there might even been a double sub, because I think Ben Willard's come off as well. And it looks like number 20, Ethan Allgate's the one to come on. So in his 300th game, Sudic is taken off after he was brought on in the second half of normal time, but he's got to put those Warriors behind him because the game's at stake for Playford City. Now it's De Silva, keeping this alive. Got two to deal with. Dan Ryan picks his pocket. Now it's Allgate, who's come on at left fullback for Ben Willard, so those set pieces might be a little bit different now. He's a left footer though, Allgate. So you might see some on him as well. And again, it looks like, I think that's Gray this time, who's gone down with a head injury. Looks like Woolard as well has been sent away from the bench. Not sure why.
Looks like he's just cramped up and he's just walking away. Just having a bit of a cool down.
Here's Ryan now. Picked the pocket from Delachia again. He might have an opportunity. Tries to take a pass again on his right foot maybe this time, and is just deflected back to Ostby, but he was trying to make amends of that previous opportunity. Put it on his right foot, but this time he was marshalled out. Allgate now. Smith's embodied out of the way by Tabares. He's come alive this second half. Finds it to Capone. Capone looks back to Tabares. Penendez is there. Foul, definitely. The referee pays it, and this is a dangerous situation now. What a position to get it. And what players to have to choose from.
Oh, they've got an array of talent from this area at Playford.
I would hazard a guess that it's going to be Dan Ryan to take this.
It's Dan Ryan or Penendez. Two of their more senior players.
12 goals for the season for Dan Ryan. Scored a memorable 4 against West Adelaide this season. Looks like Mullen is even there around it. Could be him. But this would be a goal of magnitude importance. And the crowd would absolutely love it getting into the second half of extra time. It's going to be Penendez, Ryan, or Penendez has stepped away, so it's going to be Mullen or Dan Ryan. If this goes in, there could be massive scenes here. Walks away from it as well, Mullen. So it is going to be Dan Ryan. Deflected once, calls for handball. It's going to come outside here to Kurtz, who tries to swing it around, but nothing dangerous with that one. And
Result with nothing but a goal kick.
10th minute now, the first half of extra time. A few chances for both teams. Just lacking that little bit of quality in the final third.
Going long for Cacciavellani and French. His touch just evades him, but De Lucia gets it under and gets harried out of the way by Capone. Smithson tries to go down the line to Irachi, but can't find his feet. Herriman tries to deal with the bounce there from Allgate. He does well with the pressure as well. And now Herriman can finally clear his lines and find Penendis. Gray's header only finds to Capone, but again it goes over the far side, and they're going to have to make sure these match balls are close, especially in these dying periods, because there's a couple that have gone past the hills here at Playford as well. Headed out into the grass of Ben Jackson. He wants to get it away early, goes long. 2v1 here for Cacciavellani. It's 1v1 now. The two captains battling out against each other.
Sure.
Both of their armbands flying around. Gets fouled from behind.
Used all his experience there, Harvey.
Mullen, that bounce has found it to De Lucia. He's got a couple of runs on goal here. Tries to take it past French with a big challenge. Herriman backs him up.
Great challenge.
Back-to-back stalwarts of Playford City Soccer Club coming to the fore in a massive game for them. That's what you want to see if you're a maroon and white supporter.
De Lucia then, again, maybe didn't make the right decision with going forward with the ball. He could have released it to one of his attackers, but you can't question his energy and commitment. He's buzzing about, he's getting in the good positions, and he's working so hard for his team.
Well, he's just got the ball forward as well for his team. So many times in this extra time and in the second half of the normal time, he's just been able to get to the top of that box, get a couple of run in, and he's a youngster. He's got legs to run. Flicked into the box. Bit of danger there. It's still rolling around.
Twice. Post.
I think that was Tavares there. I couldn't see it. The pole was in the way for us here, but hits the post there as he was stuck on the ball there trying to spin and shoot. But it's another big opportunity for Playford in this extra time period. They want to get it done before full time.
Yeah, Tavares has been very impressive. It took him 10 or 15 minutes to get into the game, but since then he's been very impressive for Playford, and it was a good substitution to make, although due to unfortunate circumstances it looks like with Townsend going down with a serious knee injury, as per advice from his father at halftime.
There he is again, Tavares winning headers, finding the feet of Penendis. Allgate and Irachi gets there again. Allgate, he's just come on. Misjudges the bounce. Irachi's still battling out there with him. Allgate comes away with it. Still going, Allgate, and a big challenge. Maybe studs up. Cook's going to give him a word now. Looks like he's gone through the player with his studs there. He's going to award the free kick there, Cook. Looks like I think they might have one more substitution up their sleeves, Playford City, and that's Ben Toffoli, the centre-back. Come late in the season from Adelaide Victory. Previous player of Campbelltown City as well. Big centre-back. So if any of them are tired, or maybe even a presence up top even, he's the one to turn to. Scored a couple of goals for Adelaide Victory this season as well, before making the switch. First, they've got to deal with a Ricardo de Silva set piece. They've sent as many forward as they have throughout the game. They're waiting for a magical delivery. Doesn't come, and it's a big deflection from the number 10 of the opposing team in Dan Ryan. But he's still going to Silva. Can't find a pass. Somebody's fouled off the ball there. I think it was de Silva. Another deflection back into the feet of Dan Ryan. He's got a couple of them in a couple last minutes. Might get a third. No luck as that goes over the far touchline.
There's a few tired boys out there, and when you're tired, you make bad decisions, and that's what we're starting to see happen quite a few times, which is pretty normal. 105, 106 minutes into a game of football.
Bit of a nudge in the back. Allgate comes away with a good spin, puts it into a dangerous area. Penendis ducks under it instead of connecting. Kurtz finding Mullen. He's got French, who's still got legs in him. French whips it in, back post. Penendis is there!
Mendes has got a goal! The goal! And it's another one for the talisman of Playford City.
Oh, the supporters have run on the field.
It's come from Brad French with an excellent delivery to the far post. Mr. Playford has put it on a tee for him. The crowd goes wild on the far side, and it's 3-1 in this game, 3-2 on aggregate. Playford City take the league, and they've got their foot in the grand final, Simon.
We said there was going to be goals in this extra time period, and there has. And again, it was the striker.
16 goals for the season.
The former NPL star might be heading back to the NPL with Playford.
Cacciavellani's arguing with the coach here as well, with maybe some of the set piece they're playing. I don't know how they're throwing this away. Maybe he doesn't know either. But Playford City, they hung on all normal time, all extra time. Hit the post just moments ago. But a ball like that, Brad French, Mr. Playford, I'm going to say. But that's an excellent ball. In the moments like these, you need players like him. And he's put it on a dime for Christos' head.
It just took that little bit of quality from just outside the box to deliver that ball. Penendez peeled off perfectly into a perfect position far post, and he's done what he's done all his career in the State League this year and in the NPL for years gone. 3-1.
Tavares dumps Iarachi. Plays play on. Ricardo da Silva's not hanging on. And he's going to get the free kick though, but he's got a lot of fight left in him, Ricardo. And they've got all another 15 minutes to hang on as well, Simon.
What a promotional playoff, if it does turn out to be a promotional playoff.
And one thing as well, I mean, that Bacala Salisbury game that kicks off at 6:30, the longer this game goes, the more they're going to have to get away from the screens and get up for a warm-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Da Silva now. One of his deliveries can change everything here.
Braden French take a bow.
Good defension. Might have been a handball. He might have been dumped again, and it's going to be a very dangerous position for a free kick on the boot of Ricardo da Silva. There's only a couple minutes left of this first half of extra time. And Ricardo da Silva might just put an end to this. That's going to create a bit more contention in the second half.
We're into the 17th minute. So we're 2 minutes into stoppage time in extra time. After full time.
That's right. I reckon he's got to shoot here. This is range for Ricardo da Silva. We saw him score against West Adelaide, his former team, in the first week of finals. We've seen him score in 6 games in a row for Blue Eagles. He wants to make it 7, and he wants it at such a desperate time like this. Added time in the first half of extra time. What a goal this would be if he gets it.
Oh, we know his quality. We know his quality.
Da Silva. Right into the hands of Luke Osborne. I think he's going to clear this as far as he can.
It's half time.
That's half time and extra time. Playford City, again, as they finish the first of the second half of normal time, they finished the first of extra time with the same aplomb, got a goal, and they're ahead, Simon.
3-1, 3-2 on aggregate, 15 minutes to go. Funnily enough, some of the supporters just in front of us thought that was full time and had to be educated by some of their peers, which was quite funny. Just jumped the gun a little bit too early, some of the local supporters.
Cacciavellani having a bit of afters here with some of the Playford City players. I'm not sure what's going on there. Must be angry with some decisions or maybe something that's said, but it's too far away from us to know what happened. But still arguing with the ref there, Daniel Cook.
We've seen this from Cacciavellani a couple of times, but what it's done in the past too sometimes is it's made his team rise and increase their intensity, and he's shaking hands with the referee there. But it might just get them a bit of momentum back, you never know. They're a bit frustrated, as we can see the Blue Eagles team holding on to a 2-0 aggregate lead with 3 minutes of normal time to go in this game today. It's now they're down 3-2 on aggregate.
One thing you've got to say as well, I mean, we talked up this Azuri defence being an ode to the Catenaccio of the past, of the Adelaide Blue Eagles teams, and even the Italian teams of the past being so good at the back there, not conceding anything. But 3 goals now in a matter of minutes. I mean, they were 2 minutes away from holding on to an unassailable lead, and even in extra time, they had a few chances forward. De Lucia had a couple, rode their luck with a post hit from Playford, and
just a couple balls in the box. They've finally made it work. I mean, we tried to say to Playford, maybe they're going to go different ways, but the ways they've gone into this game to get their goals, it's paid off.
It's very Anazzurri-like, not just for today, but just as a club in general. We've seen through generations for them to not hold on to a game like this. There is still 15 minutes to go. They still have some quality on the park.
Looks like they're going to bring another one on as well.
I just go back to the 50, 60-minute mark where they just missed a few of those chances when they were really peppering Playford's goal, and they could have really put the game to bed. They didn't, and credit to Playford for fighting back. But I think there might be some more twists and turns coming into the next 15 minutes. For the neutral, we want Blue Eagles probably to score. For Playford supporters and the Playford club, they probably want the game to wrap up. What's installed for the next 15 minutes?
So they have made a change, it looks like, or they're just about to. Unsure who's come off. But it's David Anjasu who's come on.
Is it De Lucia that's come off?
Yes, I think you might be correct. So he had a lot of run in his legs, I thought, and he was getting forward, but David Anjasu has also got some. He's a midfielder. Played a lot of games this season as well. 1 goal this season, 23 games. This is his 24th. And he wants another one to be memorable. Tiarachi plays back to De Silva. We've got 15 minutes between Playford City and a grand final.
Just a quick shout out to Tyler Bailey, a former player of mine I coached that's been that's recently retired. All the best in retirement, Tyler. Hope to see you go around in the local strong amateur league now that you've finished playing in the state league. Still too early in my opinion, but it's glad to see you tuning in and watching the coverage.
Great touch there from Kurtz. Penendez is dumped. Referee says nothing doing. Mullen's going to come away with it though. A lot of pressure though now. Look at those Blue Eagles subs who just come on, putting a lot of run in their legs. Kurtz battling out with 3 around him. Might put a ball in the box. He does. That's a good ball, but spilled. Comes out to Mullen. Takes it out to Dan Ryan, but that header from Kickoff only puts it into a dangerous area as Gray lets this drop. Not a good header. Capone's got space. Dan Ryan has a strike, but not dangerous enough.
Isaac Mullen gone back into that more traditional defensive midfield role, it looks now.
That long kick as well from Jackson just goes over the touchline. Now Playford are the team who can take their time with things. They're going to take every second out of their throw-ins, corners, goal kicks, substitutions. If they've got 1 left, so if they make it, they're going to take a lot of time out of this clock. Penendez, arm in the back, flicks it on the top. Tabares is there. Might try and find him again. He does find Penendez. He's in behind, but they've got the goal lead now. They don't need to commit too many numbers forward. He's just going to use his body here, Penendez, with 2. Pushing the back. And he's won the free kick.
Oh, a little bit of afters there. No, nothing in it.
He's just come into his own in this late periods of the game, and that's what you do. That's what you get big players for, to come at the most important moments for your team. They've signed him this season for that, to go up, and at the moment, he's the reason why.
That's why Ben Moore went out and got him. Players of that ability and that quality to come in, bring that leadership, bring that experience.
Wins another one there.
It's another free kick. So they're just taking a leaf out of Blue Eagles' book earlier on in the game where they're trying to slow it down, manage the clock, manage their legs for the last 15 minutes of this game.
Course as well. He's a former top scorer of the NPL 2019 as well with Adelaide Olympic. Was the Golden Boot winner in the NPL. Bit shy of that in the State League this year, but with his 2 goals today, he's put him right amongst the rest of the marksmen in this league. A hat-trick would be unbelievable for him if he can get it. I think they might opt to play short here if they're smart with this free kick. And they do. Kurtz to Ryan. Back heels back to Kurtz. He stayed on side. Youngster's going to go 1v1. Tries to take a pass to another one, but touch was a bit heavy.
It's probably just a little bit too early to go to the corners for Playford. They still need to try play.
Jackson down the middle. Only can find the head of Mullen, who flicks on, and it's Harvey there to get another sliding challenge in. The captains have just come to fruition to the 4 of these games today.
Absolutely.
Defensively, you don't often see it from a centre-back making such an impact, but he just has in the second half of this game and the second half of this extra time as well. He's just got his foot in everything, battled out there with Cacciavellani. And again there, it's Menendez winning another one.
In the corner again as well. Look, it does slow the game down. It probably is a little bit early, but what it's doing, it's taking momentum out of the Blue Eagles, attacking the way they're playing by the stop-start antics that Menendez is creating for his team here. They're well set up behind the ball too, Playford. Blue Eagles leaving two up front. Ricardo just in behind there in the number 10 role. It can be a dangerous tactic so early on, but it can also work. They're taking this time off the clock now. That's nearly 4 or 5 minutes.
And this is what they were complaining about Blue Eagles doing in the first half as well. The most of that 90 minutes was Blue Eagles taking their time with everything. And they said after they scored their goals that who's time wasting now? Who's taking their time? But
that's right. And we haven't got the privilege of being over near the bench. We don't know if Coach Ben Moore is saying slow it down, stay in the course. That might be something that the coach wants them to do, or the coaching staff. So if it is, it's working well. Free kick here for Blue Eagles.
Bit too eager there from Aldgate into the back of Cacciavellani. That's some more expertise coming to the ball there and meeting it just when the contact comes. But now they're going to look for a set piece themselves. Everybody's up. And Jasu is on the end of this. Floats it into an area. Gets a flick on. Only to the hands of Ostby. And I'm surprised he's not gone for the Pickford tactic and just sat down with that ball. But he wants to get his team up the pitch and really finish this game off.
It was a rather too free header for Playford's liking. And Blue was probably a bit disappointed. They probably didn't do enough or more with that set piece, with how it eventuated.
Great flick from Ryan to Kurtz. Kurtz goes with the left foot. That was, I think, closer than we expected. Just hit the back pole behind there, so it couldn't have been too far above the top corner.
Absolutely. Kurtz has been fantastic. Very direct when he's got the ball going towards goal. And it's good to see from a young player in such a big game.
Come on, Christos, get him under.
And Tide boys out there.
Keep fighting, Dan, keep fighting.
The calls from the faithful here saying keep fighting. This is a big game it could be for Playford. Book their place in destiny next week in the grand final if it's automatic promotion or to play for it next week. It's a place they haven't been since 2018, a grand final. And that was in the 3rd division. Now they're in the 2nd division, battling out for a place in the 1st.
Just another free kick on halfway, just slowing the game down again. Playford getting players behind the ball, and the opposite for Blue Eagles. They're pushing players into the box now.
19 years since the top flight last had Playford City in it. 2005. And they want to make it 2025 where they enter it again. On their 20th anniversary of the last appearance, they want to be there and end that drought. Looks like it was another sub potentially for Adelaide Blue Eagles. One of the centre backs, I think it's Gray, has come off. We're waiting to see. I think it might have been Isaac Vanillo who's come on. And Jasu goes long again, but there's a foul in the box. Don't know if the ref's seen it.
Menendez has gone down now. I think the locals are hopping on the karma bus there with their striker going down.
And this is another opportunity now for Blue Eagles. And Jasu goes long. Ryan's there. Tabares might spin his defender here. He's got a bit of run left in him. So does Capone. Capone's made the overlap. Tabares still goes, gets tugged, and that's got to be a booking. Well, we said he's got none all season there, David Signore, but in the final game, what looks like of his season, he's picked up a booking.
And just so clever there by Tavares. He knew what he had to do there. He could have played the ball and maybe turned it back over. A ball that probably wasn't, the best decision to make. He's held on to, got a free kick. As we push into the 8th or 9th minute now of extra time.
Now, I want to take you back. It's another foul there. I want to take you back as well to normal time, when they were 2-0 down on aggregate, 1-0 in this tie, and I said, this home team, this home fan base, you need to put a performance ahead of them. And boy, have they today. I mean, last year, ending the season like that, with a 2-0 lead, losing in extra time at home. This year, reversing that, and winning looks like in extra time. That's what you want to see as a home fan for Playford.
And make no mistake, if Playford do get to the grand final next week, there will be a big contingent of Playford supporters there. Very well supported club here in the northern suburbs of Adelaide.
And boy, you're going to hear this roar at full time if this result stays the same. They've had such strong support home and away. I remember being at some of their games as an away fan, or being as an away game for them, sorry. And you could always hear the Playford City chants. You're going to hear them, I'm sure, in the last couple of minutes of this game as well, urging their team onwards. And they're going to be replaying this game, I'm sure, for years to come in the change rooms, in the club rooms. If this is the one that makes them automatically in the NPL next year, then it's going to be a day to remember.
And they've pushed Fernandez up from centre-back. So he's playing up front now. Next to Archie.
Cacciavellani, left-footed cross, has not found the intended target. They've got some numbers forward here. Capone, he's just come on. Might switch it out to Fernandez. It's a poor pass. And Jasu now, he's taking that centre-back rein and he's trying to play the ball forward. Cacciavellani battling out. Harvey might have headed that out for a corner. He does.
An opportunity here for Blue Eagles.
The keeper's gone up as well. Ben Jackson, look at him. He's charging up there.
They're sending him up.
Don't know if they've sent him off or if he's made that decision on his own, but we'll see how it pays off.
5 or 6 minutes to go. Season on the line. No, he's going back.
I reckon he's got the coach has seen him now. What's that pink kit doing in the box? Get it back there on the top of the halfway line. Delivery from De Silva. Could he silence the crowd here at Ramsey Park? De Silva's ball in. Near post. Not good enough. Ryan clears. It's a battle here with Anjasu, and Tabares gets bodied out of the way. Jackson's only played it back to Dan Ryan. He's got the keeper to beat. Tabares has stayed on side. They're taking this slower than I thought they would have. I thought he might have taken the strike himself, Tabares.
Slowed it down again. In no rush to take this throw in. Playford. So close now. What have Blue Eagles got left? Have they got anything left, Ali?
They've used up almost all their subs, maybe all the opportunities to sub, if anything. So they've just got to use their experience now. There's De Silva, uses some of it. Still going to try and take the advantage. He doesn't get the opportunity to.
It's good. Good challenge by Fernandez. Stopping the game, slowing it down. He looks very sore.
He's going to lay down. They argued about Fernandez and Gray doing this all day. Now it's his opportunity too, and he does it right in front of the ball, Simon.
We call this gamesmanship, don't we?
The dark arts, that's what they say. Long ball in the box. Cacciavellani gets ahead, but Capone gets the second. They've got numbers forward. They've just got to make it work. Kurtz now goes long. Capone's onside if you get a touch here. Capone is onside. Matthew Capone.
This could be
it. Matthew Capone. What a save from Jackson. You've got to give props to the keeper there. That's a great save with all the pressure on him. 1v1. A great touch from Capone, but maybe not the striker's instinct of some of his teammates if they're in that opportunity. But it doesn't matter for now. They've got to get behind the ball, Playford. And they've got to hold this result off. Anjasu puts it on them again. Dante with a flick on. Allgate with a clearance. Kurtz again as well. Tabares and Evans. Kurtz again. They've got numbers forward here, Playford. They've just got to make one of these work to seal it. Tabares and Evans. I think Evans might get there first. Tabares does though.
He's going to go in and look for scoring here.
He's got to find a cutback. There's not many options here. Goes over the top of all of them. Signore battling out with Capone now.
Win it.
Fernandez tries to take out his opposite number in Dodero. Tabares does. And that's what they need to do. Just slow it down.
Still think Blue Eagles might have another chance. I still think I've got a feeling they're going to have another chance of making this game go to maybe penalties. It's just the way it's played out so far.
Plays to the feet of their playmaker. Makes him again. De Silva now, top of the block. Ricardo De Silva, he's still going. Trying to get crowded out. He might just, if Dan Ryan gets this, but he doesn't. Smithson on the side on the right, takes it past Ryan. Puts his body in the way, Ryan. He might win this foul if it doesn't go out, but it goes out, and it's a goal kick for Playford.
Yeah, very well done there by Ryan.
He's another one. I mean, a Playford boy through and through all day today. Might have had not the best of a game in the middle of the park. Got finally moved out to the left. Was unrocked on the left wing.
took his defender 1v1 a couple of times, got in the box for a couple of opportunities, but now his defensive game.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to say for some of these Playford players. They've played in the attack, they've played all over the park, they've got so many attackers, but their defensive game, they've got the numbers back and they've cleared their lines at the times they needed to.
Absolutely, and it looks like we've got Penendez coming off for the last 2 or 3 minutes of extra time.
They're going to bring a centre-back on as well. It's going to be Ben Toffoli to come on. Expecting him to sit in the middle of maybe those back two of Harriman and Harvey and just head anything that comes his way.
Don't expect anything pretty football-wise for the next 3 minutes. It's going to be Route 1.
Ospai goes long. Kurtz might have had a hand in the back, he doesn't. Capone comes away with it. With a Trivella pass to Tabares. He's got a bit of magic left in him. Takes out the assistant referee on the far side, and unfortunately for Blue Eagles, if they want to get this away quickly, I think the assistant might be injured, if anything.
It's all happening. Let's hope that linesman's okay.
Playford City physio over to him in quick succession. I'm sure he just wants to get out of here now because this Playford City crowd is going to go wild after full time.
That could have been dangerous there. That could have been dangerous.
Slowed the game down as well.
Yeah, but fortunately enough, he's okay. Nothing too major.
Couldn't do much about it, and he maybe gets a laugh from a couple of the Playford players on the bench at the moment. Goes short. Capone has stripped the pocket of De Silva, but he recovers. So does Tabares. Still going Tabares. He wants a goal here today. Gets pushed off the ball. Referee says nah. They still keep playing Blue Eagles. Vanilla now to the feet. Dan Ryan picks him off. He wants a goal as well. Tries to play it for Tabares on the left foot. Tabares takes a bus. That's got to be a penalty. It is. It's another one for Playford City. And it's Tabares and Ryan all day. They all want a goal.
This is it.
I wonder who's going to take this because there's a couple of them out there who want to get on the score sheet.
There's only one player I'm giving this ball to, and his name starts with T.
I think it's going to go to the man who's taken them all season.
It's going to go to Isaac. I would have given it to Tavares. He deserves a goal, his performance, the last 70 minutes of this game.
Isaac Mullen scored the penalty at a vital time for Playford in normal time. Now he's got a chance to seal it for Playford, and you're going to listen to this crowd. If this goes in...
Just quietly, no yellow card.
Again, I don't know. Yeah, Ben Jackson, he's skating on thin ice at the moment. 2 penalties given away. No bookings, but Playford not going to care if this hits the back of the net.
As much as I would have liked to see Tavares take the penalty, it is probably common sense. Squad, team, club penalty taker, proven. Famous name in Australian football, in South Australian football. Is he going to do it for Playford?
Isaac Mullen sends Playford to the grand final. They're 4-2 up here and the crowd's going wild. Everybody's on the field for Playford City and they've wrote their name into the history book. They're heading to the big dance, Simon.
Game over. Look at the scenes. Look at the relief on some of the supporters here.
They've reversed it from last year. They were 2-0 down. They lost it. They lost it in extra time 4-2.
Yeah,
now today, they've come back. And they've come back 4-2 in extra time to win it. That's redemption. And that's full time.
Congratulations, Playford.
Playford City head to the big dance. And we'll wait to see tonight if that's enough to send them to the top tier. But what a performance we've seen here at Ramsey Park. This is what you call a home team and home performance to be proud of.
What a semi-final. Commiserations to Blue Eagles. It would have been fantastic to see them in the NPL again. And they'll be there in the next couple of years, we hope. Too big a club not to be. They shouldn't be playing state league. But all credit to Playford. Ben Moore and his team, the club. They're so close to the NPL now, they've just got to sit it out, as you said. Wait the next couple of hours and hope Burke's do them a favour. Knock over Salisbury. But wow, if Salisbury get up, a Northern Derby for a grand final, a promotional playoff.
With the form that they'll both be in, especially after Playford winning this game, if Salisbury win theirs, then the form that both the teams will be in the grand final would be immense.
It would be great.
So we're going to see this noise carry on long into the night if things go their way, and I'm sure they're going to have the big screen on, either watching the replay of this or watching the live stream of Salisbury.
They will be glued to what's happening down at Jack Smith Park, and they'll be hoping for a hometown win down at Camden tonight.
Well, it was doom and gloom at halftime, Simon. Some of these supporters were heading back to the canteen with not a lot in good light.
But after that full-time whistle, after the full time of this, I've not heard a home ground that loud in a long time, Simon. But it's been a pleasure to be joined by you in this game. I mean, sometimes we just pick the good ones. Sometimes I just pick the good ones, get all the goals. But I'm glad to be joined by you. It's been fantastic in the commentary booth. Fantastic accommodation as well from Playford City. You've got to mention, they brought food up here for us. They've cordoned us off as well, given us excellent viewing as well. And it's just been... It's been a day to remember here at Playford.
Yeah, credit. Thank you so much to Playford. It's been fantastic calling with you too, Ali. You're a fantastic young caller. Look forward to hearing you next week for the grand finals, hopefully. There's a plug to the Federation. Make sure you get him on. But just on Playford, yeah, thank you for your hospitality today. It's been fantastic. Good luck for whatever lies ahead. If it is promotion,
then that be it. So it's good night for Adelaide Blue Eagles. Another year in the second tier for them, but for this Playford team, they've worked so hard for so many years to get a shot at playing in the big time, and it's either happening tonight or it's happening next week. That's all here at Ramsay Park. The scenes have concluded. The players are still on the pitch, but they're going to be in the change room later.
Coach Benny Moore's wife here, she's crying in front of us. She's been through the agony of Ben Moore's promotional battles. Maybe it is promotion, but I can see the emotion, not just on her, on a lot of the supporters that have stuck by this club, not just for this year, but for decades.
Well, they've stuck by him as well, Ben Moore. They've had a lot of opportunities, and he's been one of the pivotal reasons that they're at this position. A couple of the players coming into the grandstands now to hug their parents, family, wives and kids. I'm sure all the kids out there as well, they might be related to a couple, but Playford City, they deserve this chance, and if it's not tonight, then next week they're going to give it a real crack.
Oh, they're in a grand final no matter what.
Well, it's been a pleasure to be joined everybody here on the live stream as well. We've got another game to watch in about 45 minutes to an hour's time, but glad to be joined by all of you for the extended version of this game, and what a game we've had ahead of us. That's all from us here. Thank you and good night.